Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today we are playing through Hoplomachus. Mike, help me out. Victorum. So, haha, nice. Now wait a minute. You don't see Mike. I don't even have his name up there. Well, yeah, that's on me. I know Mike said he's going to be in and out tonight, so he will be the voice of reason coming in. It'll be like the voice of God coming in and telling me everything that I'm doing wrong. Nice, because I have not even played a full game of this. So, full disclosure here. So, there's a couple of disclosures that are going to happen with this video. Number one is we might get some of the rules wrong, right? This is a live video. It happens sometimes. Look, if you're watching this in the future, look under Klingon subtitles. And I usually try to put my rules corrections there. The second part of this is this is a Kickstarter game, and the rules might change, the art might change. So as you can see, some of this says art coming soon. So this is a Kickstarter copy, so who knows? Things may change. Are we supposed to hear Mike? Yes, you are supposed to hear Mike. Let me... I have him muted. Mike, try it again.
Dang it! I was saying funny stuff.
You were hilarious.
Comical and yeah,
Mike
missed it all.
You know what? Just insert funny things there, and Mike will have said them. So make it up in your mind.
I made a joke about Highlander. I mean, oh my gosh, y'all like missed gold here. Gold, I say.
Well, and it can't be duplicated, right? So let's.
No, I'm not saying it again. Like that. That's gone. Those jokes. Those are the old jokes. They're done.
Oh, nice. All right, so we're going to play through as Sea Strider because I don't think there's anybody else doing this. Now, as I said, we might miss some of the rules here. Go watch Mike's video on One Stop Co-op Shop main channel if you want to get a perfectly edited video, not live. Here, we're going to be much more interactive. We're going to answer any questions you might have. Nothing. Shannon says, nothing's funnier than the fact that we couldn't hear you. So, there you go. That's... Mike isn't talking, by the way. I think he's pulling a Jerry here, trying to fake us out.
I'm sobbing in a corner, so you know I need to recover here.
And Michael said his reaction to realizing he was muted was pretty dang funny. And the funny part is, I did an audio test ahead of time, and I still messed it up. All right, so anyway, Street Fighter, Sea Strider is going to be a fighter class? Is that what the crosswords is? Attacker.
Yeah, attacker. Yes, attacker.
All right, he's attacker. There are 4 different classes in the game. There's attackers, defenders, range characters, and tacticians. So he is an attacker. He has a base move of 2, base attack range of 1. This right here is his life. That's 4 life. And here is his command, which means he can command up to 5 units. He does have an ability, confidence, which means if there are less friendly characters on the map than enemy characters, he's going to get this extra green dice. That's why I put it here. And this is his attack dice and things like that. So you'll see this column is up to green dice, and this column's up to yellow dice. They have nothing to do with the symbols above them. I got confused by that at the beginning because they're perfectly lined up. But they don't have anything to do with that. They are in their own column, so you can have a maximum of 4 dice, but he'll be rolling a green and a yellow dice when he does attacks. But Mike, why don't you explain the basics of the game to everybody in case, because I'm going to mess it up. We know that.
Yeah, so this is a new standalone release in Hoplomachus, which is a long-running chip theory series. And this one is solo only, although Liz and I did a video where we kind of cooperatively soloed, so that was fun. But solo-only campaign. So you are working through 3 kind of mini-bosses. I think they're called Primuses, which are these 3 dudes on the map that Peter has here.
It's Act 1, 2, and 3?
Yep. And then in Act 4, you'll eventually go against a Scion, which could be a Hydra or a Teotai.
Guess what?
That guy.
It's going to be that guy. Because he's a giant bear ram looking monkey.
He's got some baboon in him too, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's got like I was looking. He's got like an ape body. He's definitely got some kind of a bear / He's got the horns of a mountain goat. Like, I'm loving that. So we're going against him. Now, we are not going to play all 3 acts tonight and the final boss. But
I was going to say Peter's optimistic. He thinks he's going to get that far. But the basic idea of the game is Peter is this represented by this little black token here on the left. And he's going to move 1 space a turn during the travel phase along the dotted lines. And there's 3 main icons. If he gets to one of the like little broken Coliseum icons, that means that he'll have a sports event, which is a non-lethal fight. And yeah, you can see what it is because the top event of each deck is always visible.
It's called non-lethal, but if my hero dies, he's dead. I mean, that's pretty lethal. Yeah,
Tau TA sounds good to me, Michael. I'm not sure. Yeah, and then if he goes to one of the torn page spaces, that's going to get him an opportunity, which is like basically a modifier to a future fight that will also let him get an extra level up. And then finally, if he goes to a skull, that's a lethal fight where any of his units that die will stay dead, but he can actually level up his fighter by doing it. Whereas the most common thing you do with the sport one is recruit new people to your squad. So, Peter, why don't you take your first travel phase, and where are you going?
All right, well, let's first, there's a couple comments by Nick. He says, this is why you don't give Peter any power, the whole muted mic at the beginning. Yes, I got power drunk there a little bit. Ha ha ha. And then he also said, is it possible to play through the whole campaign in a night? Yes, if you have a very long night. You can.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they're estimating an hour to 90 minutes for 1 act, and I think that's about right because I played through a few acts. So you're looking at 4 to 6 hours for the entire campaign if you make it that far, because you can die early and have to restart.
And you can save after any act as well, because you fully heal after the act, so that part doesn't matter. All right, well, I'm going to start out by moving down here to one of these events. What are the green ones called again?
They are called opportunities, I believe.
Okay, yes, you're right. All right, so I did the travel phase. That's moving. Now I do the event phase. I can either spectate, which basically means no time passes, but like this threat track goes up, which is bad, or I can actually do what is on that event space, or I can recruit a unit also if I spectate. So this is the way, like, I'm hurt. I don't have enough units. That's this spectate action, but I'm going to do what's at the place. So first thing I do is record a week. So we are in Act 1. We have 12 weeks to get to a boss, and it doesn't have to be the first one here. It certainly makes most sense to do the one that is closest to you, but you can also travel with these boats and things like that. So it does not have to be in a specific order, but I'm guessing we're going against the Atlanteans hero by the end of this. All right, so when I go there, my only thing I do is I take this, and I can, finish this obligation at any point. This is Hubris. It says, add 1 to the enemy lineup before a lethal event and win the event without losing any units, and you get a Hero Prowess. Hero Prowess are special, basically level up cards for your hero, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so that was literally 1 week. Let's go on to...
Took a long time.
a much more exciting week. We're going to go do a non-lethal, hopefully, event, which will be this Ring of Mortality here. So this is the event.
So something important I didn't say is that you cannot backtrack to the same space you came from in the previous week. So you'll generally have like kind of a forward progress unless you go in a circle heading from like one region to another.
And you can't also go back to a spot that is doesn't have a champion here, a Coliseum or like boss spot without a champion in it. So I couldn't just do this little loop.
Right. And if you do move to Kraken Lance's space, then the act immediately ends and you go to the Primus battle, so you wouldn't even be able to like head out after that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very good, huh? Now that I'm looking at this little path here, it looks like a direct path there. I'm not real happy with the my life choices right now, but I guess I can kind of backtrack this loop and then maybe do it. We'll see. We'll take one fight at a time. All right, but this is our first fight, the Ring of Mortality, and it says ignore attack upgrades on your hero. The event master would not tell the hero why this trial was called the Ring of Mortality. When he stepped into the arena, if they felt their power wane, they knew. So I'm going to feel mortal. So I don't get my attack upgrade. So what we think this is if I had upgraded like my dice. So after these, arena death fights, whatever they're called, the skull ones, you can upgrade your hero. You can either upgrade their hit points or whatever else, or the number of dice they roll. And we think they don't get any upgrades. But since I don't have any, this isn't doing a whole lot to me right now. If we're reading that correctly, right?
Yeah, Shannon, if she's still in the chat, can jump in and let us know if it's a little bit different. Yeah, and I agree. Johnny McNabb just said, I hope they make the dotted lines bigger. I'm sure in person it'll be great, but TTS is always just so lovely with the visuals. I feel like I'm really there in ancient Lamosia.
Nice. And all right, so let's go ahead and talk through what you have. So this symbol up top tells you what kind of fight it is. There are 3 different options. This is like a battle to the death or whatever until all units are knocked off the board. There's also a capture the flag and a king of the hill. We won't worry about explaining those right now, but just so you know, that's what this symbol means up top. Then we go through the enemy stuff. First thing they get is a local. So because we are in this area, we're going to take these chips, we're going to put it in this thing, we're going to shuffle it, and it's going to throw them all the way over here, which is lovely. And then...
then you're going to move it back.
In order to move it back, I'm going to take the top one, and I'm going to put it here. Because that is the first one that is going to come out, and I have done a terrible job of... Oh, yes! Yeah! Here you go. This is how I shuffle things. There we go. Who needs that when we've got me throwing them all over the board everywhere? All right, so we do have... Oh, I did the same thing again. Nice. All right. So we have the first one, which is going to be a defender with 5 life coming out. So Chip Theory Games is awesome. We love their chips. They put them under, you put them under, and that usually represents their life. We are not doing that on this playthrough just because it's Tabletop Simulator, which does not have as lovely an interaction. So we're going to use these dice as their life. But just imagine these beautiful, wonderful chips underneath the units, and that would keep track of their health, and that would be awesome. But
yeah, by the way, I didn't look yet, but if Mark Dainty or Liz Davidson also did the die thing in their playthroughs, you can blame me for that because I was kind of helping them learn the game, and I suggested the die thing to all of them. So yeah, we're making that Chip Theory dice thing on TTS happen.
Yes, but the real game will definitely not be that way. All right, so then we get an attacker. Now, if you look underneath this second unit, it says T. Attackers get a certain tactic when they come in. So, it's not on this quick reference, it's on this one. So, attackers always come in with adrenaline, and they always play it on the ally with the least movement. So, I will go ahead into tactics. Actually, I should promote you. And find an adrenaline, hopefully. There it is. And put that tactic under this character. And then the final enemy is there.
Wow, 2 attackers. That's a little rough.
Hey, that's how I like it. Now, attackers also have their own base skill. So on the bottom, you'll notice here for the local. This is a local to this arena. So because we are in there, we took one of their local fighters. And he is a local, so all the locals are a little bit better than the ones that just start in the enemy draw bag, which are just kind of these basic attackers. So he has the ability to swap, and what that means is, there's a nice quick reference sheet over here. This unit may switch positions with an adjacent enemy unit. The AI triggers it if it will result in an additional attack. And that is an A ability, which is an ability. So there's innate, which is like always on. There's ability, which means... What, Mike? I don't remember the ability.
So the ability phase comes after the movement phase. After you move any and all of your ready gladiators, then you can resolve any abilities. And then the attack phase follows that. So it's move, ability, attack.
Okay, and then the special...
Yep.
Replaces your attack.
Exactly right, yeah. It's a replacement attack. So in this case, Lamosians, locals, which includes both the Nacombe, or whatever that guy's name is, that... Peter drew for the enemies, and also includes our hero because he is a local to his own place where we started. They have the reposition skill, which means if they don't want to attack on their turn, they can instead move an extra space. So they get like another 1 hex movement instead of attacking if they so choose.
Cool. All right. So how's it going to work? It's real easy. Actually, this quick reference sheet is pretty awesome. You just follow it in order. So first thing the AI does is deploy. When the enemy deploys, they always deploy on the lowest number of space available. So that's the 1 space. They're deployed. When a unit comes in, it can't attack or fight unless it's got a special power. They do not. And so that is it. Literally, this defender just comes in and sits there. So now...
And we should say what makes this arena special, because there are 8 arenas in the game.
Yes.
Depending on which region you're in, we are fighting in the Lemosian arena because we are in Lemosia. Like, on the big map, that is the region we are currently in, that western island. So for this one, it's like steps. You can kind of see that in the art. It's like this kind of step thing up towards this highest terrace. And any unit attacking a unit that is lower in elevation. So basically, if you're closer to the center than they are, or, you know, even across the center, if you're like shooting a range attack from here over to there, then you get a +1 black die to your attack, which is the strongest die besides a red die. So you are trying to get above the enemy, and they are trying to get above you. The AI has a really simple way to try to get to higher elevation in this one.
Yeah, and then enemy units have their AI, so when they move, they mark the strongest first, then the closest, preferring highest elevation possible. What mark means is they move as far as possible to try to get as close to your strongest gladiator as possible, and then if there's ties for strongest, then they go to closest, and preferring the highest elevation that they can be on. And then when they attack, they use a target. So mark is for moving, target is for attacking. They also target the strongest and then the closest. So
and by the way, I will note that in some ways this is an easier arena because they target the strongest. So they're not going to finish off your weakest people if you can position your units well and not let them get like easy attacks against them. Peter, Shannon did confirm that it is the starting attack stat, so we played it correctly. You are not impacted by this event at all, whereas if you had been leveled up, you would be back to your regular yellow and green die that you started with.
Now, does that include getting extra dice as well?
Correct. So you would lose every attack upgrade that was not a basic stat from your initial hero's starting stats.
Well, that's why I went to the Ring of Mortality first. I knew what was up. All right.
You already know you're immortal.
That's right. That's right. All right. So I am putting my defender in here, which is basically the same as him, except I don't have that swap ability. So 5 strength, and defenders, if you're adjacent. So every different class has like special abilities. So like the archers have first strike. They can attack when they first come in. So remember I said you couldn't attack or move when you first come in? Archers ignore that. The attackers, which is my hero, retaliate. So whenever they take damage from an adjacent enemy, they do one back. Defenders have taunt, which means you can only attack the defender if you're adjacent to a defender. And the strategists have 2 things. They have initiative, which means they can move on the first turn when they're deployed. And they also have strategist, which means when you play these tactics chips, usually you have to be adjacent to who you're going to play it on. But if you have a tactician on the board anywhere, you can play it on any chip you want on the board. So kind of a neat second benefit of tacticians. All right, so the arena doesn't do anything in this arena. Some arenas do stuff, but you will see that hopefully in other plays or later plays that we have. So next we go to the enemy AI phase again. First they're going to deploy. So they're going to deploy this archer on the 2 spot.
And by the way, Johnny McNabb said, I think he was saying that he would prefer that everyone deployed at once. I'll say that this is a throwback to the original Hoplomachus where you deploy one at a time. And I personally really like that because you can, first of all, hold units back and not deploy your people until like you think it's advantageous to do so. And it also plays into like kind of the fun initiative system and the fact people have summoning sickness. Like you can bring in an archer right where that archer can get a shot off on the enemy. So I can see how it might be fun to have everybody pop out all at once and just like kind of throw down immediately. But I like the tactical implications personally of being able to kind of play around with how you bring out your people. So yeah, Peter, you're in the tactics phase. The enemy is going to play it on the person with the lowest movement. So
which is the defender.
Not only is that guy, yeah. So he's a local and he's going to move extra fast and he's just going to be terrible.
So he moves up here, and then during his attack phase, because remember they got this local thing, which is they get S reposition. Remember, S replaces your attack. So special reposition, they can move 1 space. Yep, they're going to move 1 space to get a little bit closer. Get a little closer.
He's on the highest point. That seems bad in this arena.
I mean, it's not good. I don't know what you want me to say here. Like, I'm not happy about this. If you expected me to be happy, you'd be sorely mistaken. All right, so they deployed, they played their tactic, they did their movement, they even attacked or did their special. Look at that. We had almost everything trigger there. The only thing we didn't have was an ability, but that's all right. So let's go and see if our turn is nearly as exciting. So we skipped King of the Hill points because we're not playing King of the Hill. So first thing I'm going to do is deploy, and I've had enough of this. It's time for...
Oh my gosh, you're bringing yourself out already?
The Sea Strider, baby! So this is a non-lethal arena, as Mike said. What that means is if your units get damaged or defeated, doesn't matter. They come back to full health at the end, except for your hero, who does not recover nearly as well as his well-intentioned friends. So, so Defender's moving up. And that is going to be it, because Defender can move all of one space. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll let them come to me. 1, 2, well, he still won't be in range of me. All right, I'm going to do that. All right, so now it is the enemy's turn. Back to them. So they're going to deploy. They cleared up the 1 spot, so he's going to deploy to the 1. All right, so this one is going to move up. We'll put him here because he wants to be within range of my Sea Strider. No,
actually, he wants to be next to your strongest person.
I know.
So,
yeah. Now he could keep moving if he didn't want to be next to my strongest person, but in this situation, they're not going to. And actually, I'm gonna put him here so that way my Sea Strider can come up here and maybe go after these fighters afterward. All right, so these fighters are going to move 2, or attackers. I'm sorry, not fighters. They're going to move 2. Neither of them are locals. Sorry again about the dice. All right, so now it is to me. Well, guess who's coming in next? My archer. Why? Because remember, the archer's special ability is to be able to attack.
Peter, do you wanna roll for the guy's attack? He is attacking you with 2 black dice on your defender.
I mean, don't tell me the odds. Yes, I should roll 2 black dice against my defender. That would be smarter.
And again, that's a second black die because in this case he's on the 2nd highest level and the defender's on the 3rd highest level, so he has a height advantage for this arena.
No, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Well, would he do the swap? Oh, that's only if he can get extra attacks off, and that wouldn't get extra attacks, right? Is that
correct? Like, yes. So to show what that would look like, let's say this attacker was here. What Peter's referring to, you might want to show him on the skills page, how they have like AI instructions.
So swap. This unit may switch positions with an adjacent unit. AI triggers if it will result in an additional attack.
Yeah, so they have really simple rules for when the AI uses their skills. And in this, like, let's say the attacker was 1 up, then he would use it because it would result in an additional attack. Now the defender would get hit by this attacker as well. But here, they don't care, so they're not going to use it.
Nice. I wish they used it, actually. Then they'd be really in the middle of it.
Yeah, no,
and not get the height advantage on me, which would be doubly great.
Fire like crazy.
All right, so yes, instead of ignoring their attack, which I would like to do, I'm not going to do that this time, and I will actually do their attack. I think I just locked these dice in, because... All right, so H's are hits. Everything else is a miss. That's 2 hits. So down to 3 life, and that is a sad defender, is what that is right there.
Dan was apparently mistaking the world map for Crete. I believe, Shannon, correct me on this, I believe that they've gone away in the original Hoplomachus. They did have it like kind of set in Rome, so while it had fantastical elements like El Dorado showing up and stuff, it was kind of set in the real world. I think now they've gone to it being like a fully kind of mythological, fantastical world, which is probably a good thing because the true history of gladiators was not such a nice thing, with a lot of them being like slaves and getting murdered for entertainment. So probably nice to be in a more fantastical setting instead of that.
You don't say. All right, so I did already do my summoning. And then, so my defender will move up here, and my hero will move here because he's about to get... Oh, no, they move 2. So if I'm here, I'm kind of hidden. I'm going to do that. I like that better.
Yeah,
I thought they were archers for some reason.
Although don't forget, he's going to swap with you to have you get hit by both of them anyway.
So what you're saying is I got a chance.
What I'm saying is you're probably going to die, but whatever.
Well, so I'm going to move here then. With that being said, I'm going to move here. Yes. And be okay with that. I'm not really okay with that. Not really okay with that at all. There's no place I can go except for running like a big coward that would help me live through this. Now you're assuming he's going to...
You know what'll help? You know what'll help? Just kill that guy that's in front of you. If you kill him, everything's fine.
I mean, with 5 attack dice, I would need to hit with all of them. So yes. In theory, that is correct. All right, let's... Oh. So, let's see what my tactic is. Adrenaline. Increase the unit's movement by 1. Oh. I mean, I could move here and then put myself next to the defender, which wouldn't be awful. All right, you know what? I'm using my adrenaline tactic. So that would have happened before I started doing stuff, right? So I did my deploy, then I could do my deployed units, then I could deploy my tactic. So before I move to any of this stuff, I am going to... Actually, I'll put it on my defender. My defender will run up here. Boom. How you like me now?
Oh, so you can get the height bonus. You could... Oh, never mind. I was going to say maybe you could kill the attackers, but you're not strong enough.
I mean, thank you for your confidence, sir. This is a battle of adrenaline here. So my defender is adrenalined up, but I don't know that it's going to matter. Now, I cannot move this archer, but they can attack because that is the special of archers. All right, so let's start with the archer. Archer is going to attack this this local defender over here for 1 hit, so down to 4. Then you know what?
If y'all are curious, the color of the dice represents the probability of hitting. A yellow hits 1/3 of the time. A blue hits half the time. Green 2/3 of the time. Black 5/6 of the time. And the red die, which generally only tacticians have, hits all the time. It's like what was it in Anchorman, Peter? The Panther cologne. Somebody help me out in the chat. You know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've seen Anchorman, but it's been a while. All I remember is him reading the script. It's like me. Like anything that was on the teleprompter you would read, that is definitely like me. If it's in front of me, I read it, and then I realize later that was a terrible idea. I should have never said anything. But that's okay. All right, so I'm going to now attack with my defender on their defender, and since I have a height advantage, I get the extra black dice myself this time. Thank you, adrenaline. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Let me hear you say 2 hits. 2 hits. Boom, boom.
Oh, you can kill him.
Right, so now my hero's turn. Let's see if he's a hero or a 0, Mr. Sea Strider. Boom, boom, boom. Boom! Hero it is! Alrighty. So when you defeat an enemy, you take them off the board, flip them down, you put them over here. The reason for that is a couple things. You do that for yours as well to kind of track how many have come in, because you can, remember, we have a leadership of 5, so we could have up to 5 units over here, but we're only allowed to bring 3 with us on this mission specifically. So 1 is to track how many you've had between how many are on the board and how many are on the sideline. You know how many different people you brought in. The second thing is, and this is specific to this sporting event over here, if you look, you get to actually take one of the enemies from the enemy lineup. So from these ones you've defeated at the end, you're going to get to keep one and add it to your allies. So that is pretty cool that I killed one of the locals, and now I have a new ally. Or will at the end.
The coolest part is that you just got that clutch roll. That was awesome.
I mean, that's who I am. That's all I know, man. I don't know failure. Now, I can do these in any order, right? Or, I mean, I assume...
Yes, well, no, yeah, you can do this in any order, and it's going to be great, because
I can just move him here, right?
Yep, because he's trying to reach the strongest gladiator, and that is the fastest path to get to your Sea Strider guy.
And then he's going to move here. He'll be adjacent, but he's supposed to attack the strongest, but he cannot, because there is somebody who is taunting him right over here.
Yep, that's the native defenders. Okay, and yeah, Dan, thank you, Dan. I remembered it too after I said it. It is Sex Panther is the fragrance, and 60% of the time it works every time.
Oh, I
as,
do remember
because-
that. 60% of the time. Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so this adrenaline's gone too because we defeated their defender, who was also. We had these.
But Peter, can I just say you are playing the heck out of this scenario. The fact that your defender is taking all the damage, that the other attacker didn't even do anything, you are gonna. You're just the best, man.
It's called skill, baby. It's all about the skill. I mean, it's all about the base, really, but we'll say it's about the skill in this situation. All right, you know what? I'm bringing the tactician. Why not? Let's do this. Let's do it upright. Oh, no, I still have to attack again. I keep forgetting that whole attack me thing. All right, so we'll let them attack me with a black, a blue, and a yellow dice. Now, by the way, in case you're wondering, I did not have to use my tactic chip there. And the negative of doing so, as you saw, is I put it back in the tactics pile. That is now gone. I would have kept that tactic and could have used it for a future mission, but now it is gone and I don't have it anymore. So hopefully I can get myself more tactic chips down the line, but not currently. All right, so he is going to attack my defender. This attacker over here, and does 1 damage.
Yeah. Nice rolling, man.
Because they don't know how to attack. They don't know what they're doing. All right, so sorry, I went a little out of order, but then I am going to bring in my tactician, and again, I am allowed to have 3 allies plus my hero, so we are good on that front. And then my tactician, even though he can't attack, he can move turn 1. He's going to move up here, do it like that. My archer is going to move a little bit closer because why not? That'll give me potentially a shot over here later on. My tactician, again, can't attack, but guess who can? My defender can. So that's 2 dice. 2 black dice, and boom, boom, boom. There you go. Now, because it is an attacker, if you look at the attacker's ability, they all have retaliate. When this unit is dealt basic attack damage by an adjacent enemy and not defeated, deal 1 damage back to the enemy. So you know what that means. I would have been a heck of a lot smarter to shoot with my archer first, move my archer here instead of directly adjacent, and shot with the archer, and then this defender could have actually potentially killed it. I didn't do that though because I wasn't smart, and so my defender does take 1 damage in retaliation. And because I moved the archer adjacent, again, not the brightest move in my day, but I am going to still attack with him though because I don't want that retaliate damage to potentially come back to my hero. So we're going to have the archer do that.
Just don't miss, buddy, and you're fine.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem for me. Like, I mean, for other people who make stupid mistakes, they pay for them. Not when I make stupid mistakes. All right. So that is the end of my turn. We're going to go back to the enemy turn. They are going to try to get to the one with the highest hit points, which would be over here. We'll do that. He has to attack the defender. Attacking uphill. That's not going to help him. So black.
Yeah, Peter, I got to say, I like you like all Obi-Wan Kenobiing it up and seizing the high ground, you know?
I mean, you always take the high ground. You may as well give up now. I've got the high ground. All right, this time I won't be as dumb. And so that's the thing. There are obviously, as you can see, very good tactics in this game, which I did not use. So this time I'm going to attack with my archer first. That way I don't get retaliated on. All right, so that's 1 damage down. Then I'm going to attack with my tactician. He's going to roll a dice that has 6 H's on it, but he's going to roll it anyway because he just likes to see the boom, boom, boom.
Hey, Peter, you forgot something, dude.
What did I forget now?
Where's that tactician standing?
Oh, he's on high ground. He's on the high ground. Boom! Boom! You know what? That is no retaliation for you, buddy. You know when you don't get retaliation? When you're dead. Alrighty. So that was one of the missions. So that was it. So this gets discarded, and then we'll shuffle it back in when all these are gone, I guess, or maybe it goes on the bottom of the pile. You probably know better than me.
I mean, I'm imagining right now they have 10 non-lethal and 10 lethal. I'm imagining, knowing chip theory and like how many encounters they have in Too Many Bones, that we will probably have a lot more than that
yes.
by the time the game actually ships.
I would assume so. All right, so let's look at what happens after a sporting event. First, you get an enemy from the lineup, or you could take a tactic from the supply. I don't need a tactic, so you have a maximum of 2 tactics, and you have a maximum of, whatever your leadership is, allies. I'm going to take that local gladiator over here because, yes, please, and add it to my squad. All right, and I didn't take
And
any
the other
damage.
enemies... Oh, sorry, Peter.
And I was gonna say I didn't take any damage, and everybody else heals all the way back up. So got that going for us.
Yeah, and the other enemies Peter fought go back in the bag, as well as any of his units that get killed later on, as well as any units that like he fails to defeat in the combat. So the like kind of spawn bag will get more and more diverse with more types of units in there as the campaign progresses.
Yeah. So in a lethal mission, there, my which was it? My defender died. My defender would have gone in their bag and now been part of the enemy draw bag. So.
Oh, Shannon confirms that they will have more events, more combat encounters, but depends on stretch goals.
So
go pledge Hoplomachus Victorum, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's already we're past that. That ship has sailed. I'm sure they've reached some stretch goals already today. I don't know exactly what the total is, but it seemed pretty good. We can look that up later. I'm sure somebody in the chat will chat it into us. Oh, look at this. The next one is Capture the Flag or King of the Hill. So, yes, we're going to get to try something different. The question is, how do I want to get there? Do I want to kind of grab stuff on the way? I'd like to get more chips in my bag first. Oh, I could do this little loop, too. I could just be here in this Valley of Death. Like, looping until I go in and fight the Kraken Lance over here. All right. But let's start. We're going to go right to another arena battle. Let's do it. So I forgot to put the weeks up after that first week. So remember the first week, we got the card, the, what is it? Not obligation, opportunity. Then we did a fight. Now we're going to another fight. And it says it all right here. Spectate. I'm sorry, not spectate. Accept, wherever you go, record a week first, and then you do the combat or whatever is there. All right, let's do it. And by the way, these do stay face up, so you know what you're facing. And if you decide to spectate, then you discard the top card. So that card is no longer in play. So if you don't like this Dragon's Teeth here, where there's about 5 bajillion enemies, if you don't want that, then you can spectate at one of these red spots to get rid of it. All right, but
Peter, can I just say, dude, you are playing flawlessly. Your teacher was a genius, sir.
Yeah, well, it has nothing to do with my teacher. It really is all about me. I mean, I like to give credit where credit is due, and there's no credit due my teacher in this case. That guy's a buffoon.
Well, hey, if anybody in the chat wants to ask any questions about my opinion on Hoplomachus Victorum or anything, I'm clearly getting no respect from Peter, so I would love to chat with nicer people somewhere else.
You're like the Rodney Dangerfield of this chat. First, I mute you, and be careful, or I'll mute you again. This time on purpose. Dangerous. All right, so this is just a leader and 2 chips again. Or not a leader, a local, I'm sorry. And we already shuffled the chips, so I'm just going to grab the top one from this.
Hold on, Peter. You might want to resolve the special effect of this particular event.
Okay, so it's one or the other. Before the combat, sacrifice a unit. Recruit a random unit from the bag. So I have to sacrifice a unit myself, is what it's saying.
And I also believe you have to pick whether you're doing Capture the Flag or King of the Hill before you see the enemy's units. You won't know if it's like better or worse for that type of event.
Well, I'm going to sacrifice my defender since I have another defender. You know what? I'm going to sacrifice my tactician.
He's your fastest guy if you want to capture the flag.
Well, he's the fastest guy and he gets a free red dice. All right, so I'm going to sacrifice the defender. I'm going to shuffle this bag up. All right, so what is this? Oh, another defender. All right, that worked out. Okay.
Wait, you get a replacement guy, Peter. You don't just lose a guy.
Wait, what?
It says recruit a random unit from the bag.
Oh, a random one. All right, so I got another attacker. Sweet. So it just changes things around a little bit. It just, look at that. Changing the strategy up. Throwing me for a loop. It's a loop-de-de-loop. That's from Happy Gilmore, I think. Loop-de-de-loop. I mean, that's from, like, life in general. There's loop-de-loops, but... all right. So we got my defender coming back. He's pissed. He's like, dude, you dropped me like a bad hat. Like, I wasn't even here. What's up with that? So
that's hilarious. He went to the other side.
He did. He's like, by the way, I'm back. All right. So we got this attacker over here is going to get a tactic. Remember, the attacker tactic is adrenaline, which I believe should be right on top here, right? So that's going to be the same one. Why does this adrenaline chip not want to be on center?
Dude, I don't know. I've had issues with the like locking of the tactics in general.
You know what? I bet I know why. They wanted it to be offset so you could see what it was, I bet. That was the geniuses who designed this TTS mod. And that's just us being idiots. Like, why won't it go on the space? What's wrong with this chip?
Yeah, by the way, for those watching but not reading, Johnny McNabb asked why there's red and blue health chips, and Center Aisle and Shannon taking care of the the answer there. This actually, I think, dates back to the third set in Hoplomachus Origins. They started having red and blue chips to mark the two different sides, so like enemies and allies, basically.
Yep. So we would get blue chips, the enemies would get red chips, or vice versa. Word. All right. So, well, I have to read the flavor text. Burning of the chaff.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
The companion called out desperately as he was dragged away, but burly desperate guards. Don't abandon me! You were my champion! And now I'm back to kick your butt. By the way, he got over that real quick. He's like, all right, buddy. I'm done with you. All right, so let's go ahead and summon theirs, who has swap again. Oh, so this is the Nakon?
Oh, I didn't know they had multiples of the same ones.
And that
I've
might
never seen
be
a double up before.
That might be a let's test this out thing. Again, this is an early prototype, so we don't know, but we can obviously get confirmation. You know what? It works so nice. I'm going to do that stuff twice. Here comes my own defender. And I'm going to say good day, sir.
Peter, by the way, did you pick Capture the Flag or King of the Hill?
Oh, King of the Hill, obviously.
So, did you explain how it works yet?
No, I didn't, obviously, but let's look here. You start your turn on the peak, you get 1 point. So, when you start up here...
Well, and per unit. So, like, when Peter, in the last combat, had both of his people seizing the high ground, he would have gotten 2 points per turn. And you win the second you get to 6. That happens at the beginning of each of your turns. And the, what the heck, dude?
That is how many I am toward victory. If I could put a 0 on it, I would.
But yeah, the AI totally ignores that, by the way. They just continue trying to kill you, like always. Only you care about the objective.
But there is some negatives to this. And in fact, with that being said, I'm changing what I'm doing. There are some negatives to this. If you end up defeating all of their units, you lose. So you have to win by taking the high ground. You cannot win by defeating their units. So if they kill all of your guys or you kill all of theirs, you lose this mission. With that being said, hello, Tactician. And then move 3 because Tacticians can move on turn 1. That seems way better.
And yeah, dude, now when he comes right up to you with his swap ability, you can just smack him with the bonus black die.
Wait, what? Smack me?
Remember how, Nakoma is going to move 1, and then he's going to use swap to move 1 more, literally get himself right next to you.
Yes.
And you can get a point and hit him with a red and a black on your turn.
I mean, I don't know if I want to kill them, right? At some point. But yes, I do want to thin them out a little bit. So that is smart. Look at you with the tactics. Well, here's my buddy. He's like, guys, did you forget something? I'm still here. So yes, because he is a local, is what Mike was saying, he gets a second move, and that is again described on the location itself. Any Mountaineers, local units gains reposition, but that does take the place of their attack, and so they're going to do that. And that happens after he would have swapped, just so you know, so he doesn't swap me off of that hill. So let's look at the ordering. First you deploy new units, then you deploy tactics. There wasn't any. Then they do their movement, then abilities, then special. So even though he has this ability to swap, that would have had to happen before he did his special to move 1 more. So, and he won't swap to keep me from doing King of the Hill, if I am not mistaken. He only swaps to do
yes,
whatever this is.
They literally don't. They don't even know what event you're playing in. All they want to do is murder you.
I mean, that sounds about right. That sounds like what I would do. So with that being said, I am going to take my 1 point. So the first thing we do on ours is the King of the Hill points. I now have 1 point toward my 6 of victoryness. I'm going to put this one in. My defender.
Do you think your tactician is compensating for anything?
I mean, that's not his life. That's just his victory. I mean,
really, Peter, you're going to put in your tactician and not your attacker who moves 2? He can get right next to the enemy in a second.
You mean my champion could actually go up there next
turn.
Well,
or your regular attacker, but yeah, either one.
Well, no, my regular attacker couldn't get there because he only moves 2.
Well, yeah. Sorry, neither of them. Your champion has 2 movement too. I'm not talking about getting on top. I'm talking about getting next to their guy after he moves on top.
I mean, that seems
to smack him.
I mean, it doesn't seem like that would make me happy.
All right.
I mean, I got to get this defender up there at some point. This tactician was just a bold stupidity move, just to to show that I can get victory points. I didn't want this big dice to go to waste. All right, so I brought a new guy in, I deployed, and then I'm going to attack with my tactician. Yes, I'm rolling the red one every time. You gotta be kidding me! Go to your home! 5 of your 6 sides are hit! What's wrong with you? All right, well, that is only 1 hit because I don't cheat that much yet. So I got the extra black dice as a reminder because I had the high ground, but that didn't really seem to help me. Now, did it? You're going to come in and you're going to play adrenaline. I could play it on any of these slow ones, so I'm going to play it on this slow one up here.
Yes, I support that choice.
And then he's going to run up here because he can. And then this one's just going to continue to
Wait, no, Peter, he's going to keep moving because he wants to go to the strongest, which is towards your defender. So he's actually going to leave the higher ground.
I mean, he has not seen any of the Star Wars movies, clearly. All right, and then this one moves up 1, and that is going to be it. You're adrenalized, buddy. Boogie woogie woogie. I don't think that's the sound for adrenalized, but it is now. All right, I am now going back to my turn, going to bring in my...
Wait, Peter, roll your attack. Roll the guy's attack.
No, I don't want him to attack me. Why do you make him do mean things to me, Mike? It's like... Oh, that was a blank too.
It was a miss. Why'd you roll it again?
That was a blank. I just kept hitting the button, man. I just kept hitting the button.
Oh my gosh.
It is what. Hey, look, my tactician's still there. He's still gonna get his glory, King of the Hill point. And this one's gonna come over here. This. Oh.
Wait, Peter, are you not spawning anybody?
I am spawning somebody. Again, keeping me honest. See, this is why we have Mike come along for the ride, to keep me honest. I'm gonna bring this one in over here. I mean, that tactician's not long for this world, but just in case he has some miraculous turn of survival here. I mean, we got 1 here defending him, so maybe that'll help. Probably not. He's gonna move here because that's 1 space closer. And this one's trying to get to my healthiest, which is back here, which the fastest way to do that is this way, right? So he's trying to get to this space here, so he's going to come this way.
Yeah, that was nice, dude. You gave your tactician the best chance he has.
I mean, it's a chance.
Right, Peter, oh my gosh, dude. Again, are you going to attack with your own units?
Oh! All right, so
like
what you're saying is I shouldn't be thinking about their turn and moving them already. I should do my turn first. All right, tactician is going to attack down here for a red dice and a black dice. I mean, easy. Now this one has the black dice, and if that black had hit earlier, I would have been fine. Boom, that's 1 more. And that's it. All right. So, as I was saying, nobody left to spawn. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And they are going to be done. Now, I will attack with them. This defender here has to attack my defender because they're adjacent to me. They do get an extra black dice for being on the high ground. They like the high life. That would be 1 hit. Oops. That does not mean I have 1 life left. I do not go straight from 5 to 1, in case you're wondering. Now, I could move him wherever I wanted to, though, right? So I could have moved him here. Oh, no. He stops once he gets in range, I think. I believe that's correct. So I couldn't move him out of my way. They're not going to be that nice to me. Now, this one just gets 1 black dice, and I've seen enough misses on black dice to know that they're on there. Boom!
Dude!
There it is!
Oh.
There it is!
You rolled it twice, and you still missed.
There it is! I'm alive! Alive! Yes, sir! All right. So that is their turn. This attacker does not get to attack anybody. The tactician, fearing not for his own... Oh, whoa. Hold on. Let's do it in the right order.
Get your point, dude. Get your point.
Get the point. All right. So let's do it in the right order. Then I deploy. So, do I deploy a shooty? Do I deploy my... Oh, no, I can't. So I already have 3 units out. So if we look at the card, I already have 3 units out. That other one would have to be my hero. Well, there's no reason not to put my hero in. Yeah.
Well, if you think he'll get hurt and you think you'll win without him, but yes, I would say.
I mean, I can't imagine him getting hurt. He, in fact, just got 2 more points by falling in the ground. He fell right in the arena, and onto some hit points. That's an
official rule, and we'll definitely play that way.
It was one of those red health potions that you see in like Diablo and games like that. Yeah, he fell right on a health pot. All right, so tactician's going to move and only have 1 life. All right, Mike, I'm not so sure that I agree with you. I agree with Chip Theory Games. Chips are better than dice. I'm just going to say it right here. This is why Chip Theory Games is smarter than we are.
Oh, I love chips. Just not in TTS. Like, the chips are the best things.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they're the best, that that these are the best things in TTS, these dice. But, all right, so everybody's moved. Let us start attacking this defender with my attacker. Why not? We're not going to waste a whole lot of time here. So, gets all those dice. Oh, that almost was not great. Oh, could he have swapped somebody last time? Not to get more attack.
No,
so no.
It would not. I don't think it would have gotten an extra attack, so you're fine.
Yep. I just like skipping steps. All right, so this defender doesn't get to attack anybody, and so my tactician does, though. If he attacks this attacker, he's just dead, right?
Yes, the attacker will kill him with his retaliate no matter what you do if you do that. Although I think he's probably dead anyway, but at least this way...
No, he's not dead. Watch this brilliance right here. All right, my tactician is attacking the defender. So I get a red and a black. See, this is why I play tactical games. So that's just...
Oh, no, I know what you're going to do. You're having the defender take the spot so the attacker wastes his entire attack. I got it.
No. I'm going to have the attacker move first. Because he's trying to get to my highest hit point guy, which is over here. And he's going to go 1-2 to try to get over there. Hey, why didn't you wait for me to move? Because I'm a dummy. Well, that's right. You're still a dummy. And he's over there being dummy. So, there you go. And this guy can now not attack my tactician because my defender's here. So, he does get 2 black dice, though. Which, again, I've seen plenty of misses on today. I'm about to see 2 more. Boom! When I say 2 more, I meant hits. Really. That's clearly... where my mind was going with that. All right, so back to my turn. I'm
Get your king of the hill point. Get your king of the hill point.
Yes.
And Peter, I'll remind you that your guy has swap, which will be important in this turn, I think.
Why would I want to swap? Why would I ever want to move myself onto the... Oh, with that being said, he's going to come back here. My tactician. Look at that. That feels like tactics right there to me. So, I mean, it's funny. You look at this game and you're like, oh, the mechanics are pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but there's a lot of tactical stuff you can do still. So, yeah, with all that being said, let's move him over here. And, during the A phase, so as a reminder, the ability phase happens before your attack or special. Oh, yeah, guess what? We're going to switch spots there, buddy.
What was your life at?
My life was at 2. I'm pretty sure.
You're right.
Won the first round and then 2 that last one.
Yeah, attacker was a more tempting target.
Yup. All right. Well, all I have to do is live through that or through this next one. All right. So we will start with the high ground buddy over here because we all know You always stay on low ground. It's really bad to take the high ground. That's what I've heard. All right, this red dice will knock him down to 1, and then my hero will come in and say, "Ha ha ha! You are no match for the Sea Strider," and he will hit him with his weakest dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Shh! Don't point out that was almost really bad. All right, so we are done with that. And we are to the enemy phase. He is going to run around trying to get to this one, but since he can't, he will go to the highest hit point one he can get to, right?
Yep.
Or it'll be the closest, actually, is the fallback. If he can't get to the strongest, he then gets the closest, preferring the highest elevation. So, and then he will attack the strongest, which will be this one, but he can't because it's a defender there.
Yep, I was about to say, yep, you got it.
So black, blue, and yellow. Now, if he defeats him, I'm going to have to spend a whole nother turn getting back on that hill. And I can't kill him, because if I do, that's very bad for me. That means I lose. That's 2, which, you know, he was just tired. He's not really knocked out. He just wanted to take a nap. That's what happened there. All right. So that was their turn. We will go back to my turn, and I will roll up to 5. I will move my tactician up here. My Sea Strider is going to be here just to roll some encouragement, and I am going to choose not to attack. You can always choose not
Peter,
to attack.
kill him. You got him, dude. He's on the ropes. Kill him.
I mean, all right, fine. My tactician will attack. Black and red dice. Oh, no. My tactician doesn't attack because then he'd get hit back. No. Stop trying to talk me into stupid stuff.
Don't you do that. Don't do that, you dummy.
Well, I was doing it because I knew the most I could do was 2 and I couldn't kill him. If we kill him, I lose, right? So that would be bad.
Yes, correct.
So, yeah. No. So the reason, and I don't want him to get to my hero this turn either, because if they get to my hero, any damage I take, as a reminder, will stay permanently damaged. So I'm doing this. He can only take out one or the other. I didn't really attack. That was just me being silly. All right. So that was my turn. They're going to try to move. Then they attack the attacker with a black, blue, and yellow. Come on. You can do it, attacker man. Go ahead and take him out. No, he didn't take me out at all. So that's 2 more. That's 6 plus the 1 for the defender. Makes it 7. And that's a 7 pip dice right there. You haven't seen one of those, have you? Boom.
You are the king of the hill.
I am the king of both hills. All right. So ended up winning that battle. Let's go ahead and take my units back. So again, even my dead ones don't stay permanently dead. I do get to either take a tactics chip or one of them. I'm going to take this other defender because my buddy's twin brother is here. We didn't realize he was in the town. Either that or my defender who left, we'll say my defender who left got trained up by the locals, and now he is able to swap as well. So I didn't.
Yes,
really...
it was a long week, and he learned a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't give up that defender. I just he just had other stuff to do for a minute. All right, so my first week was here, second week was here, third week was here. Let's keep it going. I think I'm gonna come. So I can't go back, so the only place I can go is here.
Because only go forward, buddy.
That is, we never go back, except when we do, because I might circle around here for a bit. Although it
is a rough one.
That's a terrible place to circle at.
The last time I played this one, I got crushed.
Trial of numbers? I mean, just because they all get tactics, you think that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends which tactics they get.
Well, we also get a 4th person, so got that going for us. All right, the hero swiveled their head left and right. The enemy had been allowed into the arena first, and there was no telling what strategies they devised or what weapons they'd equipped. I mean, I can tell you what strategies they devised right here. They devised, that's an archer, so they get, what ship do archers get? Well, the nice part is when you look on the tactics chip, it shows. So that's a defender chip, that's a tactician's. There you go, health booster.
Yep, so he's going to be a 4 health or 5 health archer. That seems nasty.
I mean, don't judge my archer. We'll shuffle, bring this tactician out and this defender out. Oh, defenders get stunned too, don't they? I don't like that.
Yep. The tactician gets hamstring, so it's going to mess up one of your guys for the whole battle.
I mean, that's fine as long as he's on top of the hill.
I'm on top of the hill. Hey! I'm on top of the hill.
Nice.
By the way, speaking of the hill, it's a new hill. Because where are we, Peter?
Oh, we moved to Atlantis. So we changed the map. We changed the configuration. So, we've got something new. Oh, there's only one hill here. Oh, this is the Trident one. I love the Trident one.
It's a Trident of power.
All right. So if anybody knows this was actually something that was in Hoplomachus Origins. Was this Trident map, and this is fun. This is just super fun. So I'm glad we're getting to show off a little something different here. So Trident Throw. It's an alternate attack. If the Atlantis Trident is equipped, deal 2 damage to any unit in play. Place the Atlantis Trident on that unit's location so you can throw it to them anywhere as far as you want, just dealing 2 damage. You got Armed. Any unit must immediately equip the Trident when they enter a hex with it, or it enters a hex where they are. So so wait a minute. You throw it at them and then they pick it up and use it themselves?
Yeah, but Peter, it's the great thing you can do?
I mean, not kill them.
You can spread out your guys, like especially your defenders with a lot of health. And it says any unit, not any enemy unit. So unless Shannon says I'm wrong, you can like throw it from one defender to the other, deal 2 damage to them, but make your King of the Hill guy way out of harm's way.
I mean, that seems stupid.
Don't do it. I thought it was cool.
I mean, no, that is a cool idea. Actually, I do like that. All right, Armed. Any unit must immediately equip... Oh, we said that already. Strength of the Sea. Local units deal +1 damage when they use Trident Throw. All right, King of the Hill. Start your turn with the Trident in hand. 1 point. All right.
By the way, Peter, I don't think you grabbed an Atlantean, did you? I think the Bolas Hunter is a Lemosian.
You are correct, sir. So I'm going to grab all the Atlanteans. We're going to shuffle them. They're going to fly all the way over here because that's how we do it. Going to put the Atlanteans here, and I am going to draw this one. I drew all of them, by the way. That would wait, what? All right.
Okay, everything is terrible. Here, I'll help you.
Everything is awesome.
Here you go. I got a guy.
There you go. All right, so it's a defender.
Let me grab another stun.
Oh no, 2 blue dice and regen. So regen means they'll get their life back every turn. That's fine, right? That like for this map. I want that guy though. That's great. Oh, wait, this is gonna be my 3rd defender. I'm gonna be like an army of defenders.
Can't be stopped. No speed, but Shannon says that's legal to throw the spear at your own person. I love it.
I mean, take it from Mike to do something that's like that underhanded.
Well, think about it, dude. You run your tactician up there the very first turn, grab that thing, and then before they can kill you, you throw it back to like your, it's like a reverse, right? In football.
In football, yeah. Hut. I mean, you kind of have to. You have to survive 6 rounds in this thing. I mean, that's no easy task. All right, so let's put the first enemy in. They are going to try to do their tactic, but they can't. So it's going to stay here. And this will be the first one to go off. So when this tactician comes in, he can remember, on anybody, because he's a tactician. He can put his special ability on anybody. But because he didn't play this tactic, they can only play 1 a turn. So they're going to start with the first tactic and then work their way down the line. So just as something to think about, whoever we have on the board is going to be stunned. And you were right, it's going to be a tactician. He's coming in. Stupidity galore. Running up, running back with the Trident. He's going to be stunned.
Wait, you're actually doing what I said? I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, no. I'm not throwing it because I have nobody to throw it to, but I'm grabbing it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that'll start getting me points, right? I mean, look, my tactician was an MVP last game. I'm not questioning his abilities ever again. Like, that tactician was brilliant. All right. So this one's going to come in, and then again, play this stun. Going to play it on my character here. So this unit is stunned during its next turn. Discard at the end of the turn. So stunned means they do nothing, and that also means they don't get their special abilities, nothing. They just are blank for the turn. Stun is really...
But you know what they do get, Peter? You know what they do get?
Attacked?
1 King of the Hill point for you.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Well, hold on. Move the reptilian. Finish their turn first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Oh, and that's tactician. They're both moving. They're both chasing you.
Yeah. Well, this one moves 1, so I'm not so worried about that. I wish you could block this guy, but I can't. He's going to stand here. Even though the pedestal in this one doesn't give you anything extra, he just feels better for doing so. he wants to stand there, and then the reptilian will move first next turn. Because...
No! I'll lock the board. There you go.
That did not work. So now you see the benefits of pledging this live and not trying to play it on TTS. I'm on top of the world. Hey! Alright, so now it is my turn. I'm going to start by getting a giant victory point. By the way, I have a giant dice. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a giant green dice that I do use for turn counters in some games or whatever else. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of the giant dice. I mean, it's not quite this big. Like, this would be like a foam dice, I feel like. If that was real life.
Who are you deploying, Peter?
I'm going to go with my archer, and we're going to try to take out Mista over there.
Oh, yeah, look at that. All right.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at the big brains on Peter. He's played a tactical game before. Although the odds are not in my favor. You know how Katniss, like Everdeen, the odds are forever in her favor? Yeah, they're not in my archer's favor. But you know what? Never tell me the odds, Mike. Never tell me the odds. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see you hit him twice. Oh, no, it's there.
It rolled off it.
Oh, my gosh. By the way, have you been paying attention to the chat? I see it. There's a lot of talk in there. I have not.
Yeah, I've been talking to people. We're good.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's anything you think would be good to know, because we do lose the chat when we edit down the video. So if you think there's any good comments, that should be told. Otherwise, what I'm basically doing is I'm throwing Mike under the bus again. If he doesn't say your comment, that means he doesn't think it's good. So I'm just putting that out there.
Well, on that point, Center Isle mentioned that on TTS you can press U to put an object you're hovering over underneath everything else. We actually know that well. A game we're designing right now has a mechanic where you're putting cards, you're slotting them underneath a player board. So we are quite familiar with the U key, but I think it could be helpful to others playing on TTS. U to put something under everything.
Yeah.
All right, so your stun goes away, right, Peter? Your turn is done?
Yep. One of these days I actually want to do a TTS tutorial as part of the stream channel. Because I do think, look, there's value here, right? Right now, Mike and I would never be looking... Now, we're not playing together, right? It's a solo game. But we would never be looking at the same game, talking through the same game at the same time, if it wasn't for TTS during coronavirus. And I mean, we don't live near each other. I mean, we live close enough, but not right next to each other where, you know, some random Tuesday night we're going to be able to get together. So, I mean, TTS has its strengths, but nothing beats real board games. I mean, look behind. I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but, you know, we love playing physical. But, you know, it's better than nothing right now. It's what we have. All right.
Yeah, and a thank you to Chip Theory Games for letting us have early access to this one just so we could show it to y'all.
Yep, absolutely.
So, Peter, they're spawning their next person and then hitting you with the hamstring.
Okay, and then, so there is a priority when you look at their things. So if you look down at hamstring, it says enemy with the most base attack dice. Is that what it says?
Yep.
All right, so here, that's going to be the archer. And what hamstring does, and we can look right on the chip, the unit can either move or attack, but not both. So it used to, so this is one of the changes. For those of you who are Hoplomachus veterans, this is one of the big changes, is they rebalance some of these tactics. It used to be -1 movement. And then, like, so for this character here, the archer, they would just never be able to move. Which could be frustrating. Well, it's not that anymore. What it does now is you can do one or the other, but it still gives you the option to move at least. So I think that's a great change. So that's one of the, you know, small changes they've done to upgrade it, you know, a game over time. And I love when designers do that.
Yeah, now, Peter, on the topic of TTS, Dan says, my brother lives in LA and I'm in New York, and we only play games one of us owns, but it's been amazing trying to play together. Yeah, I agree. Like, just being able to connect with people during the coronavirus pandemic, it's pretty awesome. So glad you're getting to do that too, Dan.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's the same way for us. We don't show off games we don't own, at least one of us. Well, except for this, of course, which is in prototype form, but we got
Well,
permission.
but we have the entire set of the previous Hoplomachus.
Well, yes.
So I think we're somewhat allowed.
Yeah, over there on the shelf, absolutely. But yeah, so that's one of our rules too. But like, if you come Friday nights, we always play Marvel Champions. Terrence and I, literally, he's in Texas, I'm in Maryland. We would never ever get to play together, and we're getting to play every Friday night. So I mean, TTS definitely has its advantages, but we both own the whole card set. So we were actually talking about. I'm getting off topic a little, but both doing even the same aspect, because it's like, well, we own enough cards for both of us to do that. We could do it. I was like, all right, let's do it. But anyway, all right, back to Hoplomachus. Where are we at? They just hamstrung me.
Now you're doing movement.
So movement for them. All right. Well, you know what? The defender's antsy. He doesn't want to wait. So he's going to move. Oh, wait. The priorities changed on this map. We didn't talk about that.
It's closest and then weakest, which is on most maps. The one we played before, the Lemosian one, is pretty unusual in that they target the strongest instead of the closest.
Well, they're actually going to go for the trident first, then the closest, then the weakest.
No, it's an unequipped trident. If no one was holding the trident,
right.
they would not go to ground. They would go to
all
ground.
right, so the closest is this one. They're going to try to get there by doing this. And then he said...
The defender just spawned, Peter. He can't move.
You're right. Well, this one is going to try to get there by doing this. He doesn't want to be anywhere near that archer. He's like, nope, I'm not going to let you shoot me, archer, even though you weren't going to anyway. This one's just going to stay here. He's like, yeah, I'm closest to the closest. We're good. All right. So now it is their turn to attack. So, or the A step. Regen 1 doesn't regen because it's hard to regen from full health. This tactician does do 1 damage over here. And my tactician says, stop that. Do not hit me, you savage beast. Yeah. I mean,
is that what he says?
That all of that. Yes. I mean, if you didn't hear it, you just weren't paying attention. All right. So that is their turn. Let's head over to my turn. So first thing we do is deploy. You know what I need?
Well, the first thing you do is count up them points.
That's right. I'm the king of the world. I mean, I feel like we needed a Titanic reference today. Yeah, I mean, of all the things that we were looking for, I think Titanic reference was like near the top of the list. Yeah, I mean, no reason not to get a defender out here at the end, because again, I don't want to defeat them, because that's an auto loss for me. But what I do want to do is get the only person with any decent movement killed on this turn. That would be nice. And then their slow guys will just keep chasing after me for the rest of the map. Oh, wait. Oh, strength of the sea, the locals just get +1 throw damage for the trident, which is very cool, by the way. I kind of wish it wasn't King of the Hill.
You can throw tridents at them?
So I could just throw tridents at them over and over again, which seems kind of fun. Oh, look at that. Snapped right under it that time. All right, so my archer can only do one thing or the other. He's clearly going to shoot, and I need this badly, because otherwise that tactician's going to take out my tactician, which won't be...
No. He would go toward the closest, so he would attack your defender.
Oh.
Or actually, I guess...
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, still shoot him. I'm not saying don't shoot him, but he's not as dangerous as you think.
Well, I mean, he's not dangerous at all now, because he is... Dun. Let me... Oh, wait. Whoa. They did play a tactic chip this turn. Okay. So stun will be played again, but only when they get adjacent to me now, because they don't have a tactician anymore. By the way, I'm super excited to be getting this this regenning reptilian here.
Oh yeah, that guy, I had him in my boss fight, like my big boss fight at the end of my video. He is absurd. I know they were balancing him because he used to have 2 regen, and they were like, that's ridiculous. But I think 1 regen might still be too good.
I mean, regen's pretty good. I mean, he gets blue dice too, not yellow. I mean, I guess 2 blue dice.
He'd be a defender. Two blue dice is, I guess.
I mean, it feels better than 1 black dice.
It's
not as consistent, but it's you know, you can do more damage. It's got high end. All right. So I get to pick. Reptilian moves. Oh, before that. Oh no, they would have done tactic, but no tactics. Nobody was in range. They have to be within range 1 for defenders to do their tactics. And this one's just going to move up. Wait, let me see.
Yeah, dude,
1,
I think
2, 3.
you got this wrapped up.
Oh, no. He can't do that. He's got to come toward this one.
Well, either way is closer, dude. So you can still go where you went.
But I want him to be here, so that way when I start running back the other way...
Got it. Oh, wait, I thought you're not going to throw a spear at your defender? My great plan?
I mean, it seems great, but I don't want a 1-speed person having a spear in his face. That doesn't seem great. I'm going to get rid of this defender right here and then just run away from this one the rest of the game. Is my thought. Unless you got a problem with that.
No, you do you.
I'm going to do me. That's what I do. All right. I don't know what any of that means, by the way. I'm saying words. It's all good. All right. All right. So my defender's going to go here. My archer is going to stay where he is.
Wait, Peter, get your point. Get your point.
Oh, gosh darn it. I don't like points. Don't you know that by now? So yeah, he'll go here, which means this one can come here or here next turn, which will clearly be there. All right, so we're good. Oh, I forgot to summon first. You know who's coming in.
You can have one more regular guy if you don't want your hero in, because this one gives you 4 plus your hero.
I mean, my other one will be coming in next turn.
All right.
My hero's like, nah, I got this, brah. Actually, no. My hero doesn't even do as much damage as this attacker.
I was going to say, attackers are solid fighters.
Yes. Yeah, the attacker is better than my hero for now. So yeah, I'll do that. And maybe I'll throw a spear in my attacker's head in 2 seconds also. Just for fun. All right, so he's going to attack over here. 1 black dice. Let's see a boom, boom, boom. Let me see a C hit. No. All right, so black and a yellow. Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
So I'm going for misses because I don't want to hurt him because I want him to join me. So those attacks were symbolized of them really just negotiating with him. Like, hey, you like us, right? We like you.
That was a diplomacy test.
That was. It was a diplomacy test, and it failed. It failed pretty bad.
So he's still fighting us, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah. No. He didn't like that diplomacy test. He's like, look, I don't like you. Don't talk to me that way. All right. So this one's gonna come here. Oh no! Before I
heard that Reptilian has the death sentence on 12 systems.
Nice. Star Wars references. I like it. So, who does he stun? Therein lies the question. So stun goes to the strongest enemy.
The 5. Yeah.
So strongest is life. That's fine. That's who I wanted him to do it to. Gladiator, stun next turn. I'm gonna do some rejiggering here in a second. So then this one will try to get closer, and this one will stay where he is, and he does not have to attack my defender because my defenders loses all their abilities until that stun goes away. So right now, the Reptilian will be attacking my attacker, which seems bad for me. But we'll see how that works out. So what you're saying is, look at that. Look at those 2 blanks. Look at them. They're still blanks. That's 1. All right. So that's 1 damage, and then they take my retaliate for that 1 damage back, right?
Yes. Peter, Dan says, now the Althir Brothers song is stuck in my head. Is that the song you always sing?
Which one is that?
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo, wayo.
I mean, I sing that song a lot. That is definitely my attack song. Everybody's got their own battle chant. When I eventually become a great warrior, the greatest warrior this universe has ever seen, you will know me on the battlefield by boom, boom, boom. Let me say wayo. As I come barreling down after people. That is definitely my planned battle chant. All right, so
I just never knew who did it. I'd never heard of the Out Here Brothers. So thank you, Dan, for that little nugget.
Nice. I am going to bring in my Sea Strider because he feels a little left out. He's going to block me.
Did you get a point, Peter? Did you get a point?
I mean, I did. You just didn't see it. See, look, it's at 4, everybody. And it's been there that way for a while. Yeah, so my attacker moves over here. This guy can't move. This guy can't move. But this archer is going to move up here because he only moves one. You might call that.
Oh, look at you!
Running.
You're like what's it called?
Running interference.
Blood Bowl, Peter, when you is it the cage? Is that right?
Oh yes, Blood Bowl. Yes, I'm making a cage around my trident carrier over here. Look at you with the Blood Bowl reference. I like it. All right, let me see if I can put this chip under you. I mean, that kind of worked, but for some reason that dice jumped also for no apparent reason. All right, so I'm going to attack black, blue, yellow. I mean, seems good against the regenerate.
Wait,
that's 3.
Does he add 4 life or 5, Peter? Like
he's at 5. He's at 5. He never even took a hit. Remember, I just talked to him last turn. I forgot to.
Yes.
I just yelled threatening things. All right, so that stun is gone, which is good. I like that. I mean, I don't like it, so that's why it's gone. All right, so back to their turn. They are not going to move. They are going. Well, this one's going to move here and try to take out my archer, which I don't appreciate that really. Yep. So that's one more to my archer, who's hamstrung. He's like, hey guys, you forgetting somebody over here? It's like, no, go over there. You see that defender we left behind last mission? You hang out with him for a bit. So 2 dice. It's going to be against my defender over here. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, Peter, he would have used his regen as well. He should be at 3 life.
Oh, that's right. A happens before attacks. I forgot. Good call. All right. So back to my turn. Hey, look, 5 victory points, almost to 6.
I feel like you might win this one. I'm not sure.
I'm moving over
Maybe
here.
You will.
With my boss man. He's gonna run over here. Look, Tactician has been MVP 2 games in a row.
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing.
He has been by far, without question. So is this archer just gonna sit here? Yeah, this archer is gonna sit here. He's going to be my sacrificial lamb. He's going to be like, you know what? No. Should I save him? I'll save him. He'll move. He doesn't need to attack. I'll be fine. All right, so 1 damage from my tactician right away there.
You know what you'd do if you were a true gentleman?
What's that?
You would swap with the reptilian so that the reptilian can get the killing blow on the archer to make him join your cause.
I'm not a gentleman. Instead, I'm going to punch him in the face. Boom. And then you got to do it with the hero, right? Got to do it with the hero dice over here.
Of course. So are these more diplomacy checks, or are you actually killing him?
I mean, he's not here anymore. I talked the heck out of him on that turn. All right. So this defender's like, I got you, Archer. My defender says, no, you don't, buddy. I'm right here. You got to attack me because I'm blocking your way and stuff. And he takes that damage. And then I say, I didn't care about killing you. I just wanted to the trident the whole time. So there. Take that.
By the way, this should teach the AI that they should never bring all defenders to a running fight.
Well, yes. That is, yeah. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. That's the bottom line there. All right, so let's get all of my people back. I mean, as much as I would like to get a tactic because I am full up with people.
Can't deny your lizard nature, man.
I mean that this guy's too good. Like, no way I want him in their bag. So now I have a tough choice, though. I think I'm going to get rid of one of these defenders.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have way too many of those guys, so I think it makes sense. Yeah, so because Peter is above his command stat, which is 5 chips besides himself, he must put one of his units back in the bag when he exceeds his max.
My other choice there was to take a tactician. Or a tactic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can take any tactic of your choice. So you could have taken,
which I kind of want, because looking at this dragon teeth, this is no bueno right here. I mean, look how many units they get. That's ridiculous. But they all.
Peter, I'm gonna leave you to that one. I gotta be out. Get ready for work in the morning. But I have confidence. I think you're gonna win your first lethal combat and get a. I think you're even gonna win it with blood for blood, and get the special assassin's trade card and be awesome.
I mean, I could do that if I had gotten a green thing somewhat. Oh, can I go to here?
You can go to there or to there. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I can go.
And then you
past...
can do a double opportunity. You can do both your lethal opportunities in one lethal battle and be amazing.
Yeah. So this though knocks my hero down to 2 life, which isn't wonderful.
I'm sorry. Are you? What was that? You're a coward? Is that what you said? I didn't hear you too well.
I mean, if I lose my hero, he's gone forever, right? That's not like
I'm sorry. Are you playing the whole campaign, or is this a fun stream?
That's not a flesh wound. I don't know what you're talking about.
Peter, by the way, I moved you up. This is your 5th week. If you do an event this turn.
Yeah. So I went there. I'm gonna get this event because Mike told me I had to. Now, see, can I do hubris? That's the question. So add 1 to the enemy lineup before the lethal event, but there won't be enough in the bag to add 1 to the enemy lineup.
Well, that's fine. I mean, Shannon can correct me, but I believe you would pretend that there is 1 more icon here, and then you just don't get it. So you get a free chance at winning. Because don't forget, there's also the second part of hubris is you can't lose a single unit. So it's not like the lineup part is the only tough thing there.
Yeah, I mean, I should have gone with all defenders. Should have kept all my defenders.
Or all archers, because they all have 1 life. If you just pelt them with range attacks, they'll all die.
That's true.
Dude, come on. Your reptilian will kill them by himself.
Yes, that's probably true. I would probably just spawn my reptilian and maybe an archer. All right, so that was 1 more week. We did that. So yes. I'm going to go to my first deadly combat. I guess I go to... So if I go to this one, then how do I get there? If I go to this one, then I can come here. Then I'm kind of stuck there, too. Huh. How many weeks do I have left? I have like 7.
This will be your 6th if you fight or travel.
So I got 6 more. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean,
there you go.
It's almost like it was planned out that way. All right. But wait, that puts me here. Which there's no deadly combat there. Oh, no. I said this, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Well,
1,
Peter,
2,
you're
3.
not going to play that much. Just go, dude. Fight the combat.
All right. Yeah. I am going to... I'm going to come over here. Yeah, I'm going to do this one, then I'll go to this one, and then go to the main boss. That's what it's going to be.
Shannon says her current ruling, but this is all in development, is that you would not be able to attempt it if you cannot actually actualize that part of the hubris card. So
yeah.
You could do blood for blood, then.
I figured that would be the case, because that seems too good. All right, so we're going to do some Dragon's Teeth. I'm back to my homeland, by the way. So I got that going for me. What just got... Oh, there's a trident. All right, Mike. Well, thanks for showing up.
Yes, and Peter, I will just mention, because I think you might forget, Dragon Teeth has the special power that every enemy spawn hex is filled, if possible, every time.
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't seem good.
Very quick. Yeah, that's a rough fire.
All right. Any units deploy with 1 hit point each. Each turn of the deployment, enemy units on all enemy spawn hexes. And we've got about 27 of them, which doesn't matter because that's all of them, basically. No tactics, though. And then the dragon flew off, leaving naught but its teeth behind. Suddenly...
Yeah, so this is... Liz and I talked about this in our little combo video. This is... I forget the dragon. It's the dragon of something. I feel like it started with an L. But in the myth, their teeth became like warriors. And I think Jason fought them in like when he's trying to get the golden fleece.
Nice.
But that'll be my last contribution. A Cosmonaut just said hi, everyone.
Yep.
And yeah, thanks.
And
everybody.
Johnny McNabb says thanks, Mike. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be hazing you. Never mind. He didn't say anything to you.
I mean, I can see the stream too.
Yes. Shannon says, Peter, don't worry. Even if you fail, we lie to Mike for you and tell him you crushed it. Yes, there's no video evidence anywhere of any of this, so that's good.
There's literally no way that I can find out what happened. It's just one moment in history. How can I know?
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, we're gonna take some dragon's teeth and make sure that the dragon don't have any teeth left after we're done here. Boom. Yeah, I said it. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. We're gonna keep going here through this, but please keep chatting in. I apologize if I am delayed on my responses to your chat. It is not the easiest thing in the world. I have some practice at it, but yeah, it's not always the easiest thing to keep up with the chat and play. But I'm gonna try my best. All right, so we got a harpoonsman here. Let's put them in. All right, so they're gonna spawn. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to spend my weeks. Let me make sure I did this right. All right, so that's 1 week, 2 weeks. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So first thing we do is spend the week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at Mike leaving me in good hands when he left. All right, so that was 6. I spawned the 3. They spawn all 3 every time. I didn't spawn the 3. I spawned 1. I'm not even going to bother putting life on them because they only have 1. As a reminder on this one, because we're back to this one, elevated units out of black dice, and they get S special reposition for anybody who is a local. And the locals, oh, I added the wrong one. That is not the right one. This is going to be our local this fight, and it's going to be a bolus hunter. All right. So we will see what happens, because we get a little bit different rewards after this. We don't get to take the enemy chips, and in fact, if ours die, they are gone. But as a reminder, oops, I forgot to say this, before the lethal battle, reduce your hero's hit points to 2, deploy it first, and win the event. Why not? If I lose this, if my hero dies here, he's gone, and actually anybody that dies here is gone. But you know what? Go big or go home, Peter. That's what I say. All right, so they've spawned everybody. They have no tactics. They have no movement abilities, any of that stuff. That all gets skipped on the first turn. So I'm going to bring not my tactician. I have to bring the Sea Strider himself in. Not scared of you. Who do you think you are? All right, so next they would deploy during their deployment phase. We're going to move all these up a little bit. They would deploy during their deployment phase, but there's no place for them to deploy, and I will move them in order. And I will tell you, here they do attack the most healthy enemy, just as a reminder. I'm going to play much worse probably because I'm going to be rushing through this. So they're going to move here, they're going to move here, and then this bolus hunter is going to move over to here. He's like, hey guys, why did you jump in front of me? What's up with that? A is to swap. Let's remind ourselves when they swap over here. I think that's with an enemy. Unit may switch positions with an adjacent unit. It triggers only if it will result in an additional attack, which in this case it wouldn't, so there is no swapping during the A side. All right, so Shannon's commented quite a bit. Wow, going all out there. Exciting. This is probably a terrible idea, but will be fun to watch. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate your confidence in me. I'm really feeling it on this end. I'm glad Mike left just for someone else to come and harass me. It's beautiful. I love it. All right, so we got our regenning reptilian over here. And as much as my hero would love to run up, they are not going to do that because they're not as confident as they could be here. Now remember, they're going to attack the most damage, or the strongest units here, and move toward the strongest unit. So they got that going for them. So next things next, we're going to spawn in order. Not going to worry about what these units are yet. We will find that out when we get there. But then we are going to move the enemy. And let me just make sure there were no tacticians on the first one. No. And there are also no tacticians here, so we're good. This one's going to move up here. This one's going to move up here. This hunter is just getting frustrated attack. He's like, why do you keep blocking me as you move forward? What is wrong with you people? I don't understand it. So that's that. And now we are going to go back to me. I am going to deploy. Do I go with another defender here? Or do I go with an archer to stand behind my defender? You know what? I don't want to lose any units because I can't. So I'm going to like have as much life on the field as possible because I'm doing this before the lethal battle. Reduce the hero's hit points by 2/2. Deploy it first and win the event. Oh, so I can lose units in this. I don't want to though, because it's not like they're getting replaced. And how many total units do I get? I get one more. That's it. This will be my last unit to come in. And you know what? That tactician's been MVP too many times. We need, yeah, I'm just going to throw that everywhere. We're going to bring in a defender this time. All right. So this defender is going to move up. And this defender can't do anything. And my hero is definitely not moving up. We're just going to call that good right there. Yeah, no, I feel good about that. I mean, as good as I can. All right, so we will do the enemy's turn. Can't spawn anybody. They're going to move up. Yes, I moved the defenders first again. Why? Because I'm cruel that way. You should know that by now. Come on. Then this... Oh, this archer doesn't have to move up. In fact, I'm going to move my attacker up. There you go. Then I'm going to move this defender up. And this archer is like, seriously, guys? Stop blocking me. I don't want to do that. Trying to remove. All right. They'll be there. We know where they are. And this archer is coming up a little bit as well. All right. So, time for back to my turn. And this isn't King of the Hill or anything. No, that's right. These are always fights to the death. Now, I don't think I read the theme. Mike threw me off with his Explain the Dragon. It said the dragon flew off, leaving naught but its teeth behind. I did read this, by the way. Suddenly, the enamel pillars begin to twist and shift. They're people, a companion cried out. Alrighty. We're going to move up here that way. My hero is going to move up 2. He decides to finally join the fray. And my other defender is going to come up this way. And we're going to call that good. So first things first, my hero is going to attack this defender. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. All right. I was a little worried there. All right. So that's 1 little, 2 little, 3 dead gladiators, 4 little, 5 little dead gladiators. All right, Reptilian. Let's see what happens to you, buddy. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Oh, wait. I was trying to kill my own guy. I do not want to kill my own guy. That would be bad. All right. That's another one. Bites the dust. But no. Another one bites the dust. Oh. Yeah, no. They attack at range 2. If we notice the archers, and my Reptilian was not there last turn. He was back here. So we did that all right. Okay. And then we're going to spawn the tactician right on spawn spot 1. We are going to move these forward. So this one's going to move forward to there. This defender is going to move forward to here. And then this archer can't move anywhere. I guess he's trying to move to this spot to attack my most damaged one, but can't. This archer is not going to move because already in range. So they're going to move here like this. And then this tactician is going to... really can't get to any of my characters, so just going to stay there for now. All right, Dan says, where's the dragon? Oh, ha, thanks, Peter. Oh, yes, so there is no dragon. Yes, this was the dragon's teeth. They turned into people. All right, let's see. I am going to move my Reptilian. Oh, no. They do get to attack me. I don't get off that easy. All right, so we got 2 black, a blue, and a yellow. Remember, they're getting the extra black because they are on higher ground. So if you picture this, these are stair steps going up, stair steps going up. In the middle of the stairs is the highest point. If they are at any point higher than your unit, they get an extra black dice. So this attacker gets 2 black, a blue, and a yellow. That is much worse than I was thinking it was going to be. I'm not real happy about this. Oh my gosh. All right. Remember what I said? I wasn't happy? Turn that frown upside down. All right. This defender can't attack, but this one will. So it's green and a yellow. Now, just if you picture again, going up, coming back down again, they are on even height. So that is just a green and a yellow. And let's hope it is just as bad as that last one. Boom, boom, boom. Miss. All right. That's one more. I will, you know what? I'm not going to complain about that. We will take that all day long for my reptilian regenin friend over here. All right. So back to my turn. There's no more enemies to deploy, so mine will just move. So yeah, and I can't bring any more allies in either. I'm only allowed 2 plus my hero. So again, you skip deploy. There's no King of the Hill in this one. I don't have any tactics. So we do movement, then abilities, which is important. So let's do the 2 movement that I want to do first. Then the abilities, we are going to regen. Very, very nice. All right, so this reptilian's taking care of this archer because he's hitting me way too hard. So I get 2 blue dice and a black for being on the high ground, and boom, that is the one I need to take that one out. Then you know what, this defender's doing all right for me. I'm gonna let him take out this attacker up here. Now actually, hold on, let me read what the attacker's thing says. Retaliate. When this unit is dealt a basic attack damage. So it has to be dealt damage by an adjacent enemy and is not defeated. Alright, so there's 0 possible way to be dealt damage and not be defeated. So yeah, I'm gonna give the defender a shot. Let's do this. Boom. There you go, defender. Take him out. Taking him out. Alright, so that is it for me. So it is their turn. Their defender tries to get as close as possible. Oh, by the way, the tactician... Oh, yeah, we said wouldn't move last turn. As close as possible to the person with the most health, which is this one over here. This archer is also trying to get in range of the person with the most health. That'll be... We'll call that here. No, we'll call that here. And then the tactician runs up, boom, 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 to here. All right, first things first, we will attack with our tactician on this defender here. It's a red dice, means 100% of the sides are hits, so that's a hit. This defender is going to attack the one with the most life. That'll, well, you know what? I'll have this one attack first. This archer is going to attack the one with the most life. That's a black and a yellow. They are on equal height. So let's see how that goes. That ends up being 1 damage, which is great. So this defender now also will attack this exact same one because he attacks the one with the most life. So, oh, another dice over here. Boom, boom, boom. Miss, miss, miss. All right, I'll take a miss. Seems pretty good. All right, and now, can I defeat them all? No. So this formation is actually decent for me, so I'm going to keep it. All right, so you're going to go up to 4, you're going to regenerate, and then he will attack down here. So that's 2 black, or 2 blue and a black. Shannon, oh ye of little faith, come on now, no worries here. All right, so we'll give the defender another shot at their defender. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, get in the air. There we go. All right, so that is another one bites the dust. And another one's gone, and another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. All right, so their archer is gonna move to be in range of my healthiest. Oh, and they try to get to high ground. So I will have the archer move up. That way they are on even footing. They will attack with their black and their yellow against my reptilian over here. My reptilian says, ha, I laugh at your puny attacks. Boom, nothing. All right. Reptilian says, wait a minute. You need to go. Oh no! Double miss. That's all right. I still got 2 more units. We'll take care of it with my hero. Oops. My hero will take care of it himself. The Sea Strider, after all that, he's like, you know what? I've seen enough. I'm done, and so are you. And that is how you do it. So we just beat the dragon's teeth over here. We just knocked the teeth out of that dragon. All right, let's see. I see Raphael says, Mike probably went to shoot a new video. He never stops. That is very true. Mike probably did go to shoot a video. He was playing last night with some group, and then, yeah, no. He definitely does a lot of videos. So I went from here to here, then to here. So actually, I could go back up here. So I might do that for my next action, but let's resolve the end of this one first. So this is the end of our first lethal event. So we can either add a dice, so my hero could get another dice, or we could increase the value of one of the dice. So again, yellow could go up to blue or black or whatever else. Or we can add 1 to our leadership ability. I forget what that's called. I think it's leadership, something like that. So basically we could have another unit with us, which might not be bad, but you know what? I forget that. My hero, he's an attacker. He doesn't want any of this other stuff going on. Oh, I was like, why? Where's the bag? So he's going to take another dice. So he is now going to be an attacker with 3 dice instead of just the 2, which seems pretty good. So that's all you do. You mark it on the sheet. You can see what's going on. So Shannon says, yeah, I forgot this arena has them going for the strongest, which meant taking your hero down to 2 wasn't as dangerous as I was thinking. You're doing great. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate the confidence. So let's see how many turns I have left. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do want to, wait a minute. We're not done, but wait, there's more. Blood for blood. Before lethal battle, reduce your hit points to 2. Deploy it first and win the event. So I did that, and then I get Assassin's Trade. So let's see what my skill is. Assassin's Trade. This goes away. Done with that. And then let's flip these. It's one of these, so I can embrace the dark. Veteran Tactician. We're looking for Assassin's Trade. There it is. It was the top card. All right, so now my hero, or before a combat, I can reduce my hero's hit points to 2 and remove a non-elite enemy unit from the lineup. You must deploy your hero first in this event. So let me ask you, it says you must reduce your hero's hit points to 2. What if it's already at 2? So if I'm taking my hero the way they are right now without healing, would I be able to do that and use my assassin? I assume yes, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I'm asking, because I know we've got Shannon from Chip Theory in the audience. All right, so that is that. So let's see, 6. I want to fight as much as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we're going to do. That's almost 6. All right, so we're going to come up here. We're going to do the pummeling. And I'm back to Atlantis. So let's go here. Oh, I got to do a fight so I can throw this the trident, right? I mean, that's what we're all here for. That's the show. That's the show right there. Shannon says... oh, wait. Dan says it wasn't reduced, so no can do. Shannon says I'd say yes. And Dan says it wasn't reduced, so you can't do it. Shannon says go for it. Dan says, come on, Shannon. All right. So, no, I would agree with that. I would say it says the word reduce, so you probably can't do it, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, again, this is prototype at this point. There's definitely going to be a few months before the game officially comes out. So there's some times to work rules, questions like that out. And, hopefully we helped make the FAQ. All right. So let's shuffle up the enemy bag. So now we are in Atlantis. So the Atlantean hero comes out first. Oh, I don't even know what we're doing. We're doing the pummeling over here. I mean, that sounds good, right? So I get to choose, but we know what I'm doing. We're fighting to the death here. So it's a local with a tactic. So this local is an archer. So we go for the archer's tactic. And again, I don't even remember which one it is. I don't need to know, because if you see on bolster health on the right there, it's got that little archer symbol. Awesome, right? You don't even have to know. It's great. And then you may only use defenders in this event. Oh, little do they know, I got plenty of defenders. You do not have to use your hero. So I do only have 2 defenders. All right, so I probably should have read that before deciding whether I wanted to fight there or not. Too late now. We're in. It's in. Another archer. 2 archers against 2 defenders. This will be interesting. This will be very, very interesting. And they're going to get +2 hit points. Yep. So we'll see. This might be a pummeling. Only the strong need apply. The arena master shouted as one 3 men with as 3 men with chests as thick as tree trunks stood to volunteer. So, all right. we're getting the thick ones. Yeah, maybe I should have gone after. Well, doesn't matter. We're pummeling. Doing the pummeling. It is official. The pummeling would be bad as a running event. Holy cow. That doesn't seem good to me. All right, so we will start by moving it up 1 week because we are doing the fight here. Now, this is a non-lethal event, so worst case scenario, I lose, and we'll see what the loss conditions are. The nice part, again, on this sheet right here. Oh, so I could have done any of those, or I could have added one to my current and full health, then you discard the event. So if you surrender, you can surrender during any of these events, and bad stuff will happen. Again, usually you'll go up this track on the bottom, this Scion Influence track. Every 3 times you either do this resting event at the top, spectate, or retreat, surrender from an event. It moves up, ticks up. Once you get to 3, and then 6 and 9, you start adding in bad stuff to the enemy bag. So you start adding these Banes in, which do terrible things. Banes are awful. Sometimes they're permanent effects that stay in play the whole time. Sometimes they do other stuff, but they're always just bad. So yeah, so resting, surrendering, all that stuff's not a good idea, but may have to happen here. We'll see, because it's defenders only, although I got some pretty good defenders. All right, we will bring in this Harpoon Master first. They're going to come here, then they're going to play this bolster health tactic. I'm just going to put that away because we know what that does. It's +2 health, so instead of being a 2 health, they are now a 4 health archer. So Shannon says, yeah, the wording on a lot of these cards needs to be cleaned up, for sure. Dan is probably correct on how we'll end up wording it, to be fair. And A Cosmonaut says, thick boys. Yes, this is the battle of the thick boys. Well, that's who I'm bringing in anyway, is my thick boys. Oh, you know what they're going to do? They're going to go after, we're both going to end up going after this Harpoon here. So that'll be interesting. He's going to run right into my field of view there. Well, let's get the second one in. That's a second archer. And then the first archer moves 1 space toward the, not the Harpoon, the, the Trident. I should have known that's a Trident. It looks like a Trident. Come on, what else would it be? And then let's see. So all units mark unequipped Trident, then closes. So then they throw Trident. So that's the question. Farthest and strongest. So how would that work when they come in and get the Trident next turn? Oh, they won't. Oh, they will. They'll come in and get the Trident. So are they going to throw the Trident, or are they going to do their normal attack against me? For Shannon or Dan. All right, so next I'm going to bring in my other big boy, and we will move up 1, because that's what we do. We don't run away from things. We just get in there. The underwater effect on the first mat on the mat looks great, says A Cosmonaut. I agree. It does look great. The art on this game, and I mean, just the chips themselves, we know. I mean, they don't have the art here yet, but all the heroes in the game, they look amazing. So you get, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heroes in the game. You got 8 different maps. It's really a lot of, you'll see, I mean, you could see here, based on what enemies come out, based on what arena you're fighting in, and based on what the goal of the mission is, things change quite a bit. So that's good. I'm liking it. Oh, this archer should probably have some life. I mean, not for long, because that's how we do, but for now it should have some life. Dan says he was just teasing Shannon. I always go for the ruling that's less advantageous for me, as the player is, if I'm assuming, interpreting it to be easier, I'm cheating. That makes sense. Shannon says, under Trident throw, I believe it tells you when they throw it. So I should have looked at that. Alt attack. If Atlantis Trident is equipped, deal 2 damage to any unit. Place Atlantis Trident under the unit. Armed. Any unit must immediately equip the Trident if they enter the Hex. Strength of the Sea. Locals have +1 damage when they use the Trident throw. So got to remember that. I do have a local myself there. King of the Hill, we'll say. All right. Kraken Lance. So all units. So do we go in order? Does it mark and then target? And then it's an alt attack. If it's equipped, deal 2 damage to any unit in play. But that's an alt attack. I assume they can still do their normal attack. So the question is, do they do their regular attack? Like, when did they decide to use the trident here? So I don't see it unless I'm missing it. So Kraken Lance, which is the boss, has different rules. But the question is, when do the regular units toss it? All right. Okay, it doesn't. They will throw the trident instead of attacking. All right, there we go. Question answered. See, this is why I love doing these live streams rather than doing something pre-recorded. All right, so this archer, it doesn't need to move, so it's not going to. It's going to attack the closest. And this one, because of the trident throw, it attacks the furthest and then the strongest. Well, that means over here. So remember, this is a local. So that means it's +1 damage on the trident throw. So that attack is now for 3 damage. Oh, look at my chip being all big and stuff and hiding that. So I go from 5 damage, not to 1. Come on now. You're better than that. Get over here. Ah! Alright, forget it. I'm done. Dice. There. Thank you. Alright. So, I am going to move here. Because I can't summon anybody else, even though it says I can. I don't have any other defenders in my lineup. That's all of them. So, they're going to move. And what's the order? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not hurt to heal. But tactic, move, then abilities. So I would heal here if I could. All right. So I'm going to have this gladiator, the reptilian, attack over here, the harpoonsman. So that gets 2 blue dice. And let's go for 2 hits. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. All right, 1 hit. So. Oh, I forgot to move this one. Oh, well. Didn't move then. All right, so this Nakam is going to throw the harpoon. Let's see. Trident throw. Alt attack deals 2 damage to any unit in play. Guess which unit? All right, so we're going to throw the trident and hit this one over here. Flipping it. Goodbye, neutral. Goodbye, yellow brick road. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, by the way, Harpoon Master or Harpoonsman, for throwing me that trident. I appreciate it. I am sure, though, that your archer buddy did not enjoy it. It'll always use the Shannon confirms that it will always use the alt attack if it has the trident. All right, so we will go back to the enemy's turn. They are going to move toward that trident, but then they will attack the closest in range. So a green and a blue will go against my reptilian over there for a double miss. No, you don't. No, you don't, son. That is not how we do things. Then I'm going to move. And guess what? My reptilian, also being of the underwater persuasion, does an extra damage with the throw, throws it, and hits this harpoonsman in the face. All right. So that was a pummeling, but not the way they thought. That was a sporting event. So sporting events are like arena battles that aren't lethal. Like, these are like, either arena battles themselves, but in a more lethal method, or if you think of them as like attacks when you're going from one place to the other. I know there's theme in the rulebook. Again, this is my first time playing. I did read through the rulebook, but it was one pass through. So, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I feel like I picked it up already. But these sporting events, your gladiators are going around like putting on shows for people. So that's why you can't have any permadeath except for your hero themselves. A cosmonaut says, Peter is kind of killing it. Well, that's what we do. I mean, I love the original Hoplomachus. I mean, I'll kind of get into a little bit of final thoughts. I'm not going to spoil too much of my initial impressions, especially without having played the boss fight. And who knows, maybe I just get my butt kicked on the next battle and I say I hate the game after that. No, I wouldn't do that. But I love tactical combat games. That is definitely my type of game. So I love all the tactics involved here. I love the fact that it's a super straightforward, super simple system. I've always liked that about Hoplomachus. They've even streamlined it more, I feel like. But made the combination of the arena, what enemies come out, and these cards, like, it presents different challenges all the time. And it's fun. And that's why, typically I might be reading it to like figure out what I should do or whatever else first, but nah, forget that. I'm just going in blind. I am going to want to rest at least one more time here to try to get my hero's health up. So we'll figure out if that's going to be this coming week or a different week. But for now, we'll stick with it. So a Cosmonaut said, or I'm sorry, Shannon says that she agrees that I am killing it. Of course. I'm just being goofy right now. The arena artist Jan Bosen is very talented, and some of the arena are still in works in progress, but very happy with how they're coming out. Dan says they're like medieval times in a Cableman movie. I like medieval times, actually. That is one of my fun things to do. Victor Von Doom, I'm going to have to watch from the beginning. Came in late, and I usually only play Marvel Champions, so I'm lost. Victor, you will follow it. Victor, we always appreciate you on our Marvel Champion streams. You will follow this very easily. It's very straightforward. If you love tactical combat, it gives me a lot of the feel of like combos and stuff from Marvel Champions. Not anywhere close to the same game, don't get me wrong. But yeah, no, it gives me a lot of the fun from that, but at the same time, very simple, straightforward. Combat mechanics, but very tactical at the same time. All right, I'm going back here. So let's see. Do I fight this one, or do I just do the top part, which is spectate, which I can heal my hero or recruit a unit? Well, I don't need to recruit a unit. Let's see. If you are in or adjacent to your hero's arena, add a green dice to their attack. Wait. If in or adjacent to your hero's arena, add a green dice to their attack. So I guess you would add a green dice to your hero's attack? But I am not. My arena's down here. So if I was in or adjacent to it, naive child. The arena was packed. It was as if the entire city had come to see its champion. But it didn't come to see me. My arena's down here. This is all the way up here. But it's not too bad. It's only one with a... Yeah, I'm going to do this one. So I'm not going to rest. I'm going to fight it. We'll see where it goes after this. I mean, you guys have seen. I'm not backing down. No way. But we are back to map 1. So let's shuffle up the bag. All right, so I am doing a lethal combat. So since I came to this red spot here, this is for Victor Von Doom and anybody else who came late. So I look at the red card and we do this encounter right here. Reminds me a little bit of Too Many Bones, obviously same company, where you're doing like kind of neat little mini adventures along the way to fighting the boss. Because I am doing the fight, so you looked, we accepted it, we record a week, so I am one closer to having to fight the boss. You definitely have to fight the boss before the end of the act. So we're going to move up. We are going to do this fight right here. So it says first get a local. So we get the top local from this stack here. Add it over here, and they are going to get a tactician chip, and that is an archer, so they're going to get the life one. We know that one's already on top, and yes, I got a lot of dice in my way over here, but that's okay. So they are going to get that top tactic, and then we're going to get a random enemy from the bag. Oh, that is another archer. Oh wait, did I shuffle this? I think I did, but let me just make sure, because that was definitely in the last battle. All right. So it's another archer, but it's a normal one, not a... Oh, so these have confidence. Maybe I missed that. Oh, no. The last one was an underwater one, I don't think. Oh, which reminds me, that couldn't have been... So actually, you know what? Maybe I do get that one back out. Yeah, Harpoonsman does not have... Do I have another yellow archer in there? Because that is what I drew originally. Yep, we're gonna put that one back out. I'm sorry, he was not in the last fight, so I had clearly shuffled it. So no cheating for me, not this time, not today. All right, so 3 health, Bolus Hunter, and they have confidence. And that's what my hero has as well. But just as a reminder, what that is this unit adds a green to its basic attack when it is outnumbered. So, going to have to remember that. I'm going to have to kind of put this green dice here as a reminder to myself. A cosmonaut says, I never played Hoplo, but I backed the hero tier. I can't wait. It is fun. I mean, I have all the Hoplo over there, everything before now, and I'm looking forward to getting this one as well. Absolutely. Johnny says, it's area, not arena. Dang it. There's my reading. Mike always makes fun of me for my reading. You're right. If in or adjacent to your hero's area, add a dice to their attack. If in or adjacent to your hero's area, which I still think means this one here. I think that's your hero's area where they start from. But maybe it's just anybody who's adjacent to your hero. Let me know what the ruling on that is for this one. If in or adjacent to your hero's area. Yeah, I assume that means just these 2 areas right outside my hero's area, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. But let's go ahead and do their turn. So first thing they do, is going to be to deploy. So they go ahead and come in on the 1 enemy spot. They get 3 life, but then they're going to play their bolster health, which gives them +2 to their hit points. So they are coming in with 5. Now they can't move on the first turn because they are an archer. They could attack, but there's no attacking going on right now because there's nobody in range of them. As a reminder, this is the one with the steps, so if you're on higher ground, you get an extra black die for your attacks in this arena. And oh, this is a battle to the death. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring in my reptilian, who likes battling to the death. Maybe, I don't know. I never asked him. All right. Now the only fear I have is this reptilian's gonna die, and then I'm in trouble because and then we also remember, because then he'll be in the enemy bag, which will not make me happy. Mountaineer. So if they cannot attack, they will reposition to get 1 closer as far as the enemies go. All right, so here comes the other enemy. They're going to go to enemy 2 spot. They're going to come in with their 3 life. And they are going to move 2 spaces. Still not in range, so they're going to move 1 more. Which means they're going to be throwing some bolas down at me next turn. Now, this is the arena that they attack the strongest always. So maybe it would be smart for me to bring in, you know what, you archers? Forget it. I'm just coming in. I'm coming at you hard. We just did this battle. You know, my defenders, they don't care about your archery skills. In fact, they scoff at your archery skills. All right, so let's do this. So my reptilian is now going to move their 1 space just a little bit closer. All right, so now we go to the enemy's phase. Oh, yep, so I deployed. This unit was just deployed this turn, so can't do basically anything on this turn. And, yep, regen, swap, none of that's going to happen. So, enemy's going to take their turn. This one moves 2 spaces, so that's 2 closer. But not within 2 of me. They are also, though, a local, so they get 1 extra move, which doesn't make me happy. I'll be honest, it doesn't. So they can't attack, though. So I get a green and a yellow over here. So here's a green and a yellow, but they're also on higher ground, so they get a black. So, that's not very nice of you. I'm just saying, attacking my reptilian that way, doing 2 damage to a reptilian. All he's trying to do is come in here and smash your face, and you come in and hit me and stuff. It's the whole island, not the area. It's the whole island, not the area. Shannon says, yeah, I think that card means your hero's region. Oh, so in my hero's region, if in or adjacent to your hero's area, so in this region or this region or this region, I assume, because that would be adjacent as well, it looks like. Then I get an extra green dice with my hero. Well, you know what that means. That means it's hero time because I am allowed 2 units plus my hero. Is it really hero time? Do I take a chance? Nah, I'm going to bring in my regular attacker. My regular attacker seems good enough. I don't need I don't need no stinking hero. I got this hero. All right, so that was my spawn. I'm going to move and move. And then the A happens. So let's see. I did my deploy. I didn't have any tactics to play. I did my move. Now it's ability time. So this ability is to regen. Yes, please. To go up to 4. And we're going to get 2 blue dice. And we will do that on... You know what? We're going to do it on this Bola Hunter, the one with the extra life. I'm not going to kill them either way. So may as well hurt this one and maybe have a chance next turn. Or I'm just going to miss, like, with extreme prejudice. That was, like, not even close to hitting. That was... I might have hit myself in the face on that one. That was so bad. All right. So let's see. It is the enemy's turn. Well, they don't want to move anywhere. They're already in range of the strongest, which is this one down here. So they're going to attack. So again, green, a yellow, and a black to attack this Nakam down here. So that is 3 attacks. Miss, miss, miss. Oh, that was pretty miss, miss, missy. I'm going to have this one attack my reptile only because my reptile gets the regen. We know how that works. Actually, we can't kill him, and he wouldn't be the highest health. Yeah, so actually, I'm going to have him attack this yellow one over here. He's my local. Oh, he could have repositioned after last turn. So we'll pretend that he repositioned. And in fact, that they would have had to attack my defender otherwise. So let me clarify that. So that he attacked him because they have to attack if they're adjacent to a defender. So as a reminder, so he could have repositioned because he is a local. So we'll say he did that, so that way that attack I don't have to redo. Now this one has to attack here because again, defender special ability is they have to attack if they're adjacent. So my defender, my reptilian, put himself in a little bit of a spot, but oh my gosh, down to 1 health, but that's okay. Not dead. Not dead yet is all I got to say to that. All right, so we're going to move the reptilian over. No, we're not. We're going to keep the reptilian there. We're going to move this attacker over here, and we are going to do our attack round. All right, so first the attacker is going to attack up here. I get a black, a blue, and a yellow. Oh, wait, no. First, my regen happens. Now we get our black, blue, and yellow, not green. Doom, doom, doom. Boom, boom, boom. That's what's... Oh, that's definitely not a hit. All right, so that's 1 hit over here to bring you down to 2 life. All right, we'll do this attack next. This black dice versus the bolus over here. Oh my gosh, another miss. All right, well, we'll do this 2 blue attack. All right, it's all coming back. All that good mojo I had earlier, but guess what's about to happen? Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Need 2. Not 2 blanks. What the heck? Come on. All right. This may not work out so well right now. And is this a deadly one? It is. So I could end up losing some people here. Oh, I can't do what I did. I cannot bring this attacker in, by the way. It has to be my hero. So just as a reminder, yeah, see, Mike goes away. I start making rules mistakes. Just a reminder, you can only bring 2 chips in, 2 of your units, and your hero on this one. But because my hero is in their region, I got that going for me, right? Right. This may be the end of the campaign right here. This is not looking great. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see, because, yeah, that did not work out well. That's all right. I would have had worse dice. Well, let me go ahead and re-roll that attack. Because those were the wrong dice, and I would have had worse dice. Still 1 hit. Perfect. That worked out great. Just what I wanted to see. Them with no wounds on them, basically, and me in a very bad spot. All right, so they don't move anywhere. This one has to attack here. So again, we get a yellow, a green, and a black. Oh, I would have gotten an extra green dice. Oh, man, I'm messing up a lot because they're actually outnumbered. So their last attack, hold on. So I was down to 1 life. Their last attack, they would have gotten a green dice because of the confidence, because they're outnumbered. So let's see if that would have hit. Yep, this one's dead. And dead is permanently dead, but I'll put it there. This one would have also had a green dice against it. So that puts him down to 3. All right. Thankfully, that was a double miss attack, so it didn't matter. Yeah, so they now don't have confidence anymore. I have confidence, although I don't really have confidence. This is not going well. My hero would have gotten an extra green dice against them, though, as well. So let's go ahead and roll my hero's extra green dice because I'm in my hero's area. Would have missed. Wow. All right. This could be the end. We will have this one attack first. They are going to attack over here because I want them to, because he is the one with the most life right now. So we got a green. We got a yellow. We got a black for being on higher ground. So here's the thing. And not another green. So here's the thing. At any point when it's not dice rolling time, you can retreat. And that is what I am going to do. I am actually going to retreat from this combat. Oh, and they're saying that in the chat as well. A Cosmonaut says surrender, and Shannon also agrees, yes, surrender. And I thought of that as well. I am going to surrender, because if you lose your hero, you lose the entire campaign. And I don't want to lose the campaign. I already lost this right here, which wasn't great. So because this was a deadly battle, they are gone forever. So let's see what happens here. This goes away. All right. So let's go to lethal event. Surrender. Sacrifice defeated units. Yep. Sacrifice. Cycle the event. I think that means it goes on the bottom. It doesn't get discarded. If I had to guess, that's what cycle means. Then that's what cycle means. So it goes on the bottom. Add 1 to Scion influence. So yes, the Scions, I am starting to go a little bit crazy over here. A little bit bad stuff happening to me. So maybe I will be a little bit more cautious before going into my next event, but maybe not. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 going that way. I am going to need to rest at least once. So with that being said, because I don't want to go in with too little health. Of course, I also don't want the Scion event to pass up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more turns, or 4 more weeks. But again, resting doesn't count as a week. So if I go this way, I can't go this way because I've already been there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take the long way around. After winning a lethal event, immediately play the same event a second time without adding a week. With new enemy units, you may not forfeit this event. To remove a Bane. Do you get the bonuses a second time? After winning a lethal event, immediately play the same event a second time without adding a week. So yeah, I think you get all the bonuses and stuff for that too. Huh. That's called running the gauntlet. Yeah, it is. Those of you who watch my Marvel Champion streams know that's what I call my stuff too there. All right. So yeah, I'm going to come here. I'm going to pick up running the gauntlet. That's going to add a week. Doom, doom, doom. All right. I'm not going to be able to fight all these arenas, but that's okay. Well, I'm just adding bad chips to the bag if I do. Oh, that's fine. All right. We're going down to this arena here. Let's see if I want to fight this or not. You must accept this event. This event cannot be forfeited. Yeah. Challenge of the ensnared. Soldiers from the city rappel down the walls. Spears at the ready. Their leaders step forward. With a glint in their eye, you will be chosen. You know what? I'm going to rest here because I got to rest at some point anyway. I'm going to go ahead and go up to 4 health. So we're doing the spectate here. Heal hero to max or recruit a unit. I'm not going to recruit the unit. I'm going to heal my hero. Cycle the event. Skip cleanup. Do not record a week. Add a Scion influence. So that is going to go up to 2 Scion influence, which is 1 away from getting a treachery card, which is not great. But all right, so we cycle this card. Ooh, next is Battle of Many Nations. Maybe I'll do a flag event next time. Just to see what a capture the flag looks like. All right, so I'm going to move up here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this Battle of Many Nations. So X is equal to the number of unique factions in your camp. So how many unique factions do I have in my camp? That is 1 in addition to the enemy. So what is X here? Oh, I can get X people. So I can only bring 1 person in addition to my hero for this fight. And I got to do King of the Hill or... Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. All right, so I'm resting again. I'm going to rest this time to recruit a unit because I have 1 spot available to fill. So again, I'm going to cycle this card. I am going to... All right, let's do it in the right order. It doesn't cost a week, so I'm going to recruit a random unit for a bag unit first. Oh, wait, does it say random? Does it say random? Random bag unit. Yes, it does. All right, let's get a good one then. Shuffle that one up and boom, boom, boom. All right, I'll take it. It's not a nobody. It's definitely a faction unit. Now it is the same faction, but it is a faction unit, so I got that going for me. So I recruited a random unit from the bag. So I cycle the event. I skip the cleanup, don't record a week, and add a Scion influence. So this is where stuff gets bad. All right, Shannon. Okay, folks, I need to pack it in. It's a long day for us at CTG. We're Chip Theory Games. We're ever grateful to everyone here for checking out the game. It's especially to Peter and Mike for showing it off. Good luck, Peter. Thank you, Shannon, and thank you for letting us show it off. And congratulations on how the campaign's going so far. A Cosmonaut says, good night. Congrats on a great first day. Johnny McNabb says, thank you, Shannon. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Shannon. This has been great. All right, so I still have 1, 2, 3 more weeks. So 1, 2, and I'm going to need to rest again somewhere, and then my 3rd week. Okay, so let's do Quaking Earth. After your turn, roll d6. Move each unit in that direction if possible. So we got the random movement direction table over here. Move each unit in that direction if possible. So it's a Quaking Earth. There's like some kind of earthquake going on while we're doing a fight. Though it appeared to be crafted of earth and stone, the arena hid a rude architectural genius beneath it, allowing for many alternative competitions styles to entertain the crowd. So yeah, they put this is intentional. These people are doing this to us. All right, so we're going up here. We're recording a week. Oh, wait, I never got my my Bane. So let's shuffle these up and see what Bane we get. All right, Gladiator art coming soon. That is what we get. So AHALPUH. A Lupa, 2 black dice and a yellow, range unit, perfect straight and tainted. None of that sounds good at all. But we're going to shuffle it into the bag and pray that it never comes out. And I'll have to look and see what happens when I defeat this Bane. I don't know if it goes back in the bag or if it goes away forever. I have the rules down here. We'll look it up if and when it comes out. I'm 99% sure I cannot recruit it. So we're going to do random d6, move some stuff afterward. Where are we? So we are in Atlantis now. So we get to go back and throw some more tridents, which is fun. Although I don't have a trident unit anymore, which isn't as fun. So let's hope I get another reptilian here because I want to get it back. Yes! That is a reptilian. Although that does mean I have to defeat the reptilian, which is not always going to be the easiest thing in the world. All right, so that's 1 from there. Okay. Oh my gosh. I thought that was, I thought that was something way worse. All right. So 2 kind of wimpies as well as this reptilian. The last one is a defender. So we get the defender tactics, which is going to be the stun, which I don't love stun. Got to be honest. I mean, I love it for me. I don't love it for them. All right. So good news is I am up to full health. Good news is I got a bunch of people here. And let's go ahead and get started. They're going to take the first activation. So they're going to summon the reptilian, and it is going to have 5 health. Boom. All right, then I am going to summon one of my units. I'm going to summon my gladiator over here, and you're going to be, although, do I just want to go grab? My tactician's been such an, wait. This is either capture the flag or King of the Hill. I'm sorry. And I said I was going to do capture the flag, so let's do that. So we'll do capture the flag. That means the flag goes on their one spot here. I have to grab the flag and bring it back to my base before either all their units are defeated or all my units are defeated. Just like King of the Hill, you can't kill all of their units. You lose for that condition as well. All right, so I am going to bring this one in still. I think I still have my tactician, so I'll run around them at some point and work on that. All right, so then they summon in their next one. So that is a 3 health attacker. This reptilian is going to move 1, trying to get toward that trident in the middle. And then I am going to, so if I bring in my hero now, he's going to go on this trident and throw it at my... Oh, no. If he's adjacent to my defender, he's going to have to throw it at my defender, which isn't the worst thing in the world, although it's going to be 3 damage, which isn't great. Yes. So I am going to get a couple units here. Do I really want to put my hero in danger's way already? Nah, we'll put an attacker in. Attacker gets a little bit better dice anyway. If it dies, I don't care. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing this after your turn. All right, so after my first turn, I'm sorry. Let's roll that d6 and see what happens. So everybody moves toward 4. So this unit would have moved here. Mine would have moved here, which is nowhere. All right, so then when it moved up, it would have moved up. Well, could have moved up to the same place. So that's fine. Didn't do anything. So I do that. I'm going to bring this here. And come on, 3. Let's shift us. You know what? Why am I doing that? We've got this dice. Let's roll this one. Boom, boom, boom. I needed a 3. That's not a 3. That's a 6. In fact, that is the opposite of a 3. That puts them on top of the world. Hey. Yeah, that's no good. So that moved him right into that. That moves this here, and then we get shifted this way as well. All right, so let's see what the enemy does now. Oh, the benefit of that is they would have left the flag. All right. I am not... It's not my turn. It's their turn. So I need to... Oh, I did move. I would have moved up here, and then I got pushed back. Yep, so that was my turn. All right, so enemy's turn. They do have 1 more left, and they do have a stun, although they don't stun right now. So the defender comes in here. Defender has 5 life. Hey, living on top of the world. All right. And then, so in this arena, they try to move toward, they mark unequipped trident, then the closest, then the weakest. So these two are equally close, so they're going to move toward the weakest. We'll have them do that. This one is going to come in here like that, which means I'm not going to be able to summon anything, which isn't great. Actually, he was here. We'll have him move here. And then we'll have this one move here. Because they want me to be able to summon. They need me to be able to summon. Not really. All right. So we are going to have them attack here. So this one is adjacent, and this one's going to throw the spear. And when they throw the trident, it is always the furthest and strongest. So furthest would be here, so that's definitely going to do 3 damage. He's not going to throw his life. Not this time. He's going to throw the trident, which puts it under me here. Puts me down to 2 life. Hopefully this attacker doesn't just wreck me here. Black, blue, and yellow. You know, I started off well. I was kicking some butt, and then we're going to need some dice luck here. Miss. Yes! All right. So, got that going for me. And then the whole arena is going to shift. Oh no, that's after my turn. They just went. They summoned. They did all that. They would have had to do the tactic before they moved adjacent to me, so they couldn't have tacticed, as if that was a word. Yes, they wouldn't have done the tactic. Time to bring in my hero. No more messing around with these guys. Yes. So my attacker has to kill or attack the defender anyway, so going to move here. My other attacker is going to... can only move one. Hey! Living on top of the world. Alright, so the attacker, I need to hit with all three, and then I can throw the spear to kill the reptilian. And that's what I would like to do. Now again, my goal here is not to kill everybody, but this reptilian's got to go. I mean, this defender's fine. He can stay there. I'm not worried about him. This one's got to go, and this one's got to go. Alright, so first things first, attacker. So that's black, green, and yellow. I need triple hits here. Somebody blow on these dice for me. Boom, boom, boom. 2. Oh, that's not enough. So I don't want to throw my trident, even though they'll probably get it next turn. No, they won't, because I'll be sitting here. But, alright, so 1 black dice attack on the reptilian. Takes him down to 1. Not exactly what I wanted, but not the worst thing in the world. And we will... this attacker does not have 5 life, by the way. That's 3. Alright, end of my turn. We will roll the random movement dice, which gets a 4. And I see there's a comment out there. I will get to it in 1 second. I think there's a comment out there. So that's everybody moving 1. Their life was at 1. His life's at 1. He does bring the trident with him. This one comes here. This one comes here. And this one would move this way, which wouldn't do anything. All right, so that's the end of my turn. Let's see. Cosmonaut. So your movement, not just the AI, is dictated by a D6 roll. So what it says here, after your turn, roll a D6. Move each unit in that direction if possible. So basically, this arena is, it's underwater, so makes sense. Let's say it's current blowing us this way, but basically, it's on an angle or whatever, so it just shakes us in whatever random direction. After everybody's done fighting, all the units end up moving, if I'm reading that correctly. So let's see. All right, so enemy would first deploy. They don't, but they're going to deploy their tactic. They got this stun sitting here, which I am not super duper happy about. Let's see who they stun. The strongest enemy. Well, guess who that is? That is my boss over here. Like a boss is still not going to get to do anything. All right. So then we are going to move their units. Well, these two don't want to move any. Well, maybe they do. Let's see. What are they? They're marking the trident first and then the closest. They're all close to something. And then this one's going to move here. Hey, living on top of the world. All right. So, reminder, I don't have to kill them and even don't necessarily want to kill them, but I do need to I do need to get the flag back to my starting area. That's what Capture the Flag is all about. That's what I'm doing. That's why the Tactician's going to come out next, but it's still their turn. They just deployed that. They just moved. Now they use abilities. That means he's going to regen a little bit, which I don't love. Then they're going to do their attacks. All right. I'm going to do the attacks in the order of my choosing. So, yeah. I'm going to have... So the thing is, if he attacks here, then my champion is going to get attacked by their attacker. And I don't want that. So their attacker is going to attack my defender. So black, blue, and yellow. So let's do those 3. See what happens. Miss, miss. 2 hits. All right. That was pretty much a given, right? But this is not a lethal combat, so they're still part of my team. They will be back. And then, so this one's going to attack over here. 2 blue dice. Let's see some misses. Let's see some misses. Boom, boom, boom. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! All right. So my attacker stays healthy. Now, if you would have hit once, the only benefit would have been that they would have taken a retaliation damage. But honestly, I'd rather not get hit if I can help it. Okay, so that is the end of their phase. They attacked and did their specials. Oh, wait. What is the special in the under? Oh, when they throw the spear, they get +1. We did that. All right. So King of the Hill, no. Deploy, yes. So this is where the tactician comes in. I'm going to start the tactician over here. Do I want to do this? I can hold off for one more turn without deploying the tactician. I am going to... Nah, I'm going to deploy the tactician. 1, 2... Well, let me see. I'm going to deploy for sure. 2 life is not great. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3. Can move over here. Tactician being tactical over here. No longer the closest either, so they're going to go after my champion, which is not the end of the world. Hey, living on top of the world. Oh, sorry. And so that, oh, remember, tacticians do get to move on the turn they come in. That's why that move worked. I'm going to go pick up this trident over here. I feel like that's a good idea. And my champion's just going to sit here dumbfounded because that's what he does when he's got a stun on him. All right, so my attacker is going to attack this reptilian over here. Come on. I need to recruit this guy back. This reptilian was great. I need him back. In my bag. Get in the bag. That is not great. Oh, I could have thrown the spear. What was I thinking? I could have thrown the spear to guarantee the death, although then they would have gotten it, so I wouldn't have done that. I would have done this, which is unfortunate, because now, yeah, that's real unfortunate for my attacker. Although the reptilian, when he attacks, will end up also defeating themselves, I think. All right, so that is my turn completely. Tactician's not going to do anything, so let's see which random direction we get thrown in. Cosmonaut said, thank you, I missed that. So with the random arena movement, let's see, 3. So we all get pushed back. So he gets pushed back on the flag, which isn't my favorite thing in the world. Oh, by the way, stunned is gone. Thank you very much. I hardly knew you stunned. We're all going to move this way. And that is that arena. And that's what I was talking about all the arenas feeling very different. They really do. So let's see where we're going with this. Enemy's turn. There's nothing to deploy. No tactics to deploy. So they are just going to move toward the closest and attack the closest. And if there's a tie, it's going to be the weakest. So we're going to start with the reptilian attacking my attacker here. Oh, but healing one first. Oh, so not going to defeat themselves. Oh, that is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. All right, so let's roll that. Double hit. Not at all what I wanted to see. And then this attacker is going to attack, I assume, the weakest. Closest and then weakest. Yup. So going to attack, well, yes. So black, blue, and yellow. Black, blue, yellow. Let's roll it up. All right, so that's 2 hits. So, yep. Another one bites the dust. And, oh, yes, he would have taken 1 retaliation damage from that. Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone. And another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. All right. Yeah, I mean, gotta do what we gotta do here. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I'm gonna get hit by this attacker in all kinds of ways that I don't want to. But it's gotta be done. So I'm gonna move here. Attack the reptilian, because I just can't gamble. No, I have less units. So I actually do get 4 dice. Reptilian will heal, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to go after this attacker here. I can't. I mean, if I fail this, it's all kinds of bad news. But it's fine. 3 hits. I got that. I got that 3 hits. Boom! I got 2 hits, which was not fine. Yes. So this was here. I did roll it. Oh, man. That is all kinds of bad news for me. Because now I could actually die. If I had just been smart and killed the reptilian, I could not have been killed with just the 3 dice. Now I can officially be killed. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't finish my moving. I certainly wanted to do this and get the flag. It's not great for me, by the way, that he is now in the middle of this fray either. But at least it's closer to the end of the mission in hopefully a good way. And sure, he will do his 1 damage. As a reminder, red dice always hit. So I'm just going to do the damage and not roll it. All right. This is a thing. This is definitely a thing. All right. So they're going to move toward the closest enemy. Oh, no. End of my turn. We're going to roll this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see you move toward my base. Oh, that is toward my base. All right. I mean, oh, take the trident with me. That's toward my base. You still have 4 life. That's toward my base. You still have 1 life. That's toward my base. You still have 1 life, although you're about to have 2. That's toward my base. And this one is toward my base. Let me hear you say you're in trouble. Trouble! Alright, so let's go ahead and do this attack. Black, blue, and yellow first. I need 2 misses here. I need 2 misses so I can't die. 2 misses! That is 3 hits. Alright, so at any point you can surrender. I am surrendering. I yield. So, remember how well it was going? How swimmingly it was going? Yeah. Surrender again. Yeah, Johnny McNabb says surrender again. And I agree. That's what just happened. I could have done it before I took that attack. That did not work well. So, sacrifice all... Oh, no. This is not a... this is just a normal battle here. So, okay. So, surrender, cycle the event. So, this event now goes on the bottom of the deck. Alrighty. Add a Scion influence. Not great. And then I just get my units back and I don't get to recruit any of their units. I didn't kill any anyway. Who wants to kill units? I feel like it's overrated at this point. I feel like I'm doing just fine over here not killing units. If you ask me, thank you very much. Please and thank you. Alrighty, so that's 5. So we will put Reptilian back in their bag. We will put this one back in their bag. Is this theirs? Let me check. Yes. Yes, that was theirs. This was also theirs. I got my hero sitting on 1 life, which probably means my hero is not going to be fighting the next round. Let's see. I got 2 more weeks anyway, and where I am. So let's see which of these seems. This event takes place in the arena of your choosing. So we could choose a different one to see something different. But don't love that fight. Winds of Change. You may sacrifice an opportunity card you possess, increase your lineup by 2, and gain a tactic. I mean, that seems good. I'd like to gain a tactic before. All right, so I'm going to do that. All right, so I'm going to move 1 space. And I am going to rest. So I'm taking the spectate option, heal hero to max. Which isn't great, by the way. I haven't really leveled up very much here. Not feeling 100% confident going into this final battle. Although I do have this ace up my sleeve assassin trade where I go down to 2 hit points. I don't know, that doesn't seem great either. But we'll see. Alright, So let's see. Recruit random from your bag. Record a week. Combat sequence. All right, so we did that. We cycled the event. So that is a red arena event. So I got that going for me. And then I increase the bad stuff. Because why wouldn't I? But I don't lose a week, which is good because I got one more fight before the final arena fight. So that's what we're going to do. I am fully healed up. We are going to do... Oh, wait. Did I put that on the bottom? Yes, I did. All right. So, Winds of Change. Sacrifice an opportunity card you possess. Oh, I got 2 here. After winning a lethal event, immediately play the same event a second time, or add an enemy to the lineup before a lethal event, win the event, and get a hero prowess, or remove a bane. I'm going to get rid of this. Right? So you may sacrifice an opportunity card you possess. Increase your lineup by 2 and gain a tactic. I'm going to gain stun because I like stun. It seems like a good tactic to have. So my lineup for this battle is now up to 3 units, and they get a local and 2 other units. All right. So let's see their local here, and oh, what do I want to do? Give me sacrifice. Each warrior must drink this elixir before the event. The crone explained, holding out a flask in her sundered grip. It'll allow you to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. All right. By the way, I'm going to reach out to Mike, so if you hear me calling, that's what you're hearing. I want to see if he wants to be here for this final battle. Doom. All right. Apparently not. Not going to be here for the final battle is Mike. All right. Well, this isn't the final battle anyway. This is the second to last battle. All right. So we are doing this. All right. So let's get a local. This one. And then we are going to shuffle this bag. And we are going to get 2 of these. The second one having a... Oh, man. Brutal. Reptilian. That reptilian's not going away, and that means he gets a stun. Which, you know, I could do without them having a stun right here, if I'm going to be honest. So what's this one? So this is their tactician. Briterius. I wish it was retiring ES. They got a hook as an action, so we'll see what that is. Let's see. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. So hook is move a unit within 2 hexes, 1 hex toward this unit until adjacent. Move each move hex must be closer. It triggers if this would result in an additional attack. So he's going to bring in my units closer. So I got that going for me. And then this one is going to have 5 health. And is just going to have the swap. And this one is the 5 health regener. So they got some slow units here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do capture the flag. This Gladius is the only one I am really worried about. Although he is going to grab the trident on turn 1. That's fine. That is fine. Absolutely fine. Because he's a tactician, they get to move right off the bat. So they come in, they move 2. And then I'm going to bring in an archer. To say, you know what? I don't appreciate you and all you do. So my archer is going to come in. Remember, normally can't attack or anything the first turn in, but I can because I'm an archer. Oh, that's not an archer, by the way. That is definitely not an archer. This is definitely an archer. So green and a yellow. Or what does a normal archer look like? A black and a yellow. I feel like black is better than green. Let's see the order here. Yes, it's barely better than green, but then this one has confidence and an extra life. You know what? I'm just going to bring in my normal archer this time. Do I have too many chips? No, I don't. All right. So my regular archer, I got a black and a yellow. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on. Double hit. Yes! Hooah! Oh, they have 3 life. I got all excited. No. No. So the negative of this is they're going to now throw the spear and just wipe out my archer. Although they would have wiped out any archer, to be fair. So it doesn't matter. All right. So that was that turn. I am then going to... Now, does this count as an object? Can I spawn on top of it? Any unit must immediately equip trident when they enter the hex with it, or it enters the hex where they are. I think I can spawn my unit on it if and when I end up dying in 2 seconds. All right, so they are going to spawn their second one, though, on the 1 spot. And we don't have any special stuff for this arena. Nope. All right, so this one is going to move toward the closest, which will be right here with your 1 life. Don't try to get more life. Then they would hook me, but nothing to hook. But then, as Shannon pointed out, they will throw their spear, doing 3 damage to me, which is not make my guy happy. It makes him dead. So 1 archer bites the dust. No. 1 archer bites the dust. And my archer's gone, and my archer's gone. Another one bites the dust. Oh, they should have moved first. No, but this one spawned this turn, so would not move. All right, so we're good there. Let us now bring in another archer. My Bolus Hunter. Let's go with the green and the yellow over here. I believe I can spawn right on the trident, so I'll have it, which is good. And I'm going to attack right over here. And that's 1 hit. That's all I needed. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see you say wayo. Yeah, a Cosmonaut. The last couple battles have been brutal. Like, I was definitely on a streak early on, and that streak went bye-bye pretty quickly. All right, so we got 2 very slow people over here. And this one is going to start moving toward my archer. So I'm just going to try to stay away because my archer moves 2, which is good. It's better than the 1 that my other archer would have moved. So actually spawning on that spot was probably a bad idea because I could have spawned a tactician on it and run way better with the tactician. That's fine. Not going to worry about it now. We're just going to defend up and do our thing. All right, so that was the end of their spawn and move. And they can't play the tactic yet, but I'm going to put it here just as a reminder to myself that they do have a tactic coming. I am going to spawn in my gladiator over here, so that'll be my 3rd regular. And as a reminder, I do get to do 3 because I sacrificed one of my opportunity cards. So yep. So that's going to happen, and then if I move forward, they're going to move and then swap me, so that doesn't seem good. I'm just going to run like a coward. Oh, I start the turn with this, though, so I get 1 toward my King of the Hill event. I got that going for me. Then I spawn in, and then, yeah, you're going to run over here. Come on, bring the trident with you. You can do it. There you go. And we might pull Mike's tactic here, where I run my other guy away and then throw the trident at my own character. All right, so first things first, I'm going to start being cheesy again, moving them in the order I want. I'm going to move it that way and then that way. Oh, wait, they move toward the closest, don't they? Oh, they don't even care. They don't even care. So, yeah, I'm going to actually say I spawned here instead then, because I think they do closest. Yes, they do. So this is 1, 2, 3 away, 1, 2, 3 away, 1, 2, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so this one's going to move toward there because it's closest, and then if it's a tie, it is weakest. This one is going to move here. All right, so that is that turn. Oh, and then swap if they can, but they can't. So I got that going for me. All right, and they can't stun me yet, so still everything is good. All right, so it is my last summon. I am going to summon my champion over here. And then gonna move here. Gonna move here. Oh, that reminds me. I get another King of the Hill thing. All right. You still have 3 life. All right. So then I'm going to roll a green and a yellow against this defender over here. Boom, boom, boom. That's 1 hit. All right. Down to 4. This one does not regenerate, thankfully. And then we're going to move here for the enemy turn, and then we're going to move here. And this says swap, but that only is if you would get extra attacks. They would not get extra attacks. Let me double read that to make sure I am right. Swap. This unit may switch positions with adjacent AI triggers if it will result in an additional attack. Well, it won't. They're going to get 2 attacks no matter what. They're both going to be against my defender over here. So this reptilian gets 2 blue dice. Let's go ahead and roll both of those misses first. Miss, miss, miss. Let me see you miss, miss. All right. I'll take 1 hit only. And then this one will also miss. I've seen plenty of misses on these black dice today. Well, hold on. All right. Get up in there. There we go. That's a miss. All right. Sweet. All right. All right. So that's their turn. So my turn. I could start running away. But you know what? I got my defender here helping me. So no, I'm just going to sit here. And I'm going to try to defeat this one is my goal. And then I'll leave the reptilian around. Because it's just going to be harder to defeat the reptilian. Maybe not, though. Well, 1 black dice is pretty bad. All right. 2 blue is worse, I guess. But, Hold on. Before or after they move, they do tactics. Wait a minute. You know what? I'm just going to do their stun next turn. That was bad. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm not going to move anything. I feel like they would have stunned my defender last turn because I think they were here and here. Oh, no. You know what? They might not have been adjacent to any of my guys anyway, so I might not have messed it up. But I'm just going to stay here anyway. We will do my archer first against their gladiator. So we've got these 2. Boom, boom, boom. All right, that's 1. And that is a bolus hunter. And then we will do my hero, which this time I will not roll over there. We'll move my hero's dice over here. Let's go, hero. That was not very heroic. I just want to point that out. All right, and then we got a black dice over here for 1. Oh, he could have swapped during the A phase, but then I would not have... Oh, actually, I would have gotten all 3 of those attacks if he had swapped, because this one's a ranged attack. I mean, it made more sense for me to swap. I probably would have done it, but it's fine. I won't swap. I didn't do it. I missed it. So who gets stunned? Stun the strongest enemy. So I get to choose myself. They'll stun my hero. They're afraid of him. So that way I still get my defense. Yeah, maybe I thought about that. That's 1 hit. And then this gladiator also has to attack. Just pay attention to the black dice, not the blue dice jumping all around. Boom. That is another damage. And I am done. So back to my turn. I feel like I got to start moving away here. I feel like it's very low likelihood. Oh. So that's 3. I don't know if I missed some turns. I may have. So I'm going to move here. And then this archer will attack this gladiator over here. All right, so green and yellow. Boom, boom, boom. So that's a hit. All right, so another one bites the dust, and another one's gone, and another one's gone. I mean, I could attack here, but they just regenerate it anyway. Plus, I don't want to kill it. So we'll just get rid of this stun and say good day. This will do 2 blue dice over here. That's 2 hits. That is a defeated gladiator. Goodbye, gladiator. Now, this is not necessarily great. Oh, wait. Forgot to move the time before this. This is not great, though, because I am 1 away from the arena. I do not want my champion getting hurt here. But I also can't really afford to get my archer hurt here either. So, yeah, none of this is great. So, beginning of my turn, though, I will tick it up 1, move my champion here, move this archer here, and say good day. So this one comes up. Beginning of my turn, I go to 5. He can't defeat my archer, so I'm going to put my archer in there. Still not going to attack. My champion's going to come over here, say good job, sir. So not going to attack. He's going to attack my archer for 2 damage, down to 1. And that is it. Boom. I got the trident again. You didn't even know. You didn't know I didn't care about the fight. All I wanted was a trident. Well, there it is. Got the trident. All right, so that is me defeating that event. Thank goodness. It has been a while since we've had a victory here. I feel like things have not gone well these last couple of fights. All right, so let's look at one of these that we want to recruit. Let's actually see something real quick. All right, if I get this unit back, this unit. All right, so I do have a full 5, so I could get a tactic. Like, for example, I could get another stun. But I feel like I want to take this out of their bag, this reptilian, out of their bag, put it in mine, and then give them something. Give them a normal archer. So, let's look and see what I get. So I get that or a tactic from supply. I discard the event, which we did, and that is that. All right, you all ready for the final showdown? Because it's the final showdown. Diddle-doo-doo. Diddle-doo-doo-doo. Diddle-doo-doo. Diddle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Diddle-doo. Diddle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Do-diddle-doo. All right, let's do this. Let's do this showdown. Let's get ready to rumble. Down, 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 down. By the way, I feel like I got no stronger at the end there. All I did was get my reptilian back and put a terrible thing in their bag, which is no good. All right, so I go to the final battle with Kraken Lance, which is what it is. I don't want Kraken Lance. Wait, did I take the trident? No, trident's here. Get over there, trident. All right, so let's see what this final battle is. So, just so you guys understand what happens here, this is the Primus that I'm fighting. The Primus is the P there, so it's going to be 3 locals before the Primus, and then the Primus is going to get a tactic. I get to bring 3 allies along with myself. And then, so the events are as written on the card is what it says. So that means when we fight events, we do this. How does it get tougher for Act 2? Well, they're going to add 1 random gladiator from the bag to the end of every lineup. And then here, they're going to add a gladiator and a tactic to the end of every lineup. So yeah, there's that. All right. So if there's not 3 locals, what do we do? Let's get it. That's right. So I'm going to look this up real quick. If somebody knows, let me know. But for the final battle, what do I do if there aren't 3 locals? I think normally if you don't have enough to spawn, you don't spawn. But I don't know if for the final battle they draw from the bag or not. Again, if anybody has read the rules, let me know. But let's see how this last battle goes. And by the way, their champion, you ignore their health on the championship. You look at how much health they get from here. So this Primus is not going to get 9 health. They're only going to get 6. But they're going to be the last one to come out. So let's first and foremost put these two out, because that we do know that they're going to come out. And I don't know if we just get lucky, quote unquote, that all of the other ones are out. But let's see. Primus. Challenging Pluto, proving your worth. Because right now I'm leaning toward you don't spawn the Primus. Primus combat. If you travel to that location during the travel phase, you must participate in the Primus combat instead of the normal event for the week. If you succeed, you will move on to the next act. If you are unsuccessful, you lose the game. You cannot surrender a Primus combat. So that means I'm in there. Primus chips use all of the stats and skills printed on their chip, with the exception of hit points, which is determined by the act you are on. The hit point stat is printed on the chip for compatibility with other Hoplomachus products. Primus combats function the same as lethal events. Any of your units that are defeated will be lost to you, and you must defeat all enemy units to be successful. So we got to kill the Primus and everybody else. After successfully complete it, heal your hero to max, and you draw a Bane. So yeah, you don't level up after this fight. You draw a Bane. So let's see if you can't draw. So it talks about act modifiers, act 3, Scion combat we won't worry about. So this really has to do with spawning enemies. Let's see. I think if you can't spawn, you don't spawn. Let's see. Local gladiator, top chip from the stack of units from the region the event is taking place on. So there is clearly no more note if there's more than one event type on the card. As in the one above, you may choose which to participate in. Event instructions. Most events will have additional instructions that will modify it in some way. Indicates which units the enemies brings during battle. The arrow is a reminder these units will deploy in a specific order. Yes, we know all that. You are always permitted to use as many tactics from your camp as you like, although only one may be used per turn. Event instructions. Most events will have instructions. Flavor text, lethal events, sporting events. Spar, the goal is King of the Hill, capture the flag, combat setup to ensure the arena is in front of your create the enemy lineup is indicated on the event card. Acts 2 and 3 and 4 will have additional modifiers as you apply them well. See the enemy units are placed in order of appearance on the event card. They will deploy in the same order. The enemy will get a local gladiator for each L drawn from the top of the faction stack in the region you are in. If there are no local gladiators in the designated stack, draw a gladiator from the draw bag instead. They will also... Okay, so no such luck. But here's what I am happy of, and we'll talk about this. We're about to get into final thoughts after this battle here. I'm happy they addressed it, right? Like, it was easy for me to find. It was in the section I would have expected it to be in, so that's good. So they got a lot of blue people here, which, reminder, they get +1 to their spear throws, which isn't great. Don't love that, but and this first one's a tactician, so they're just going to run up and grab the spear turn 1. So no special rules for this battle. It's just battle to the death. They do get, 3? Yeah, we just saw this. 3, and then their Primus. Their Primus gets a tactic, so their Primus is a tactician. So let's look for the... Wait, why did I just shuffle that? No one knows. We'll look for the tactician tactic, which is hamstrung. So that will, make me either only move or only attack. So we got regen 2, which is not great. We know what that does. And hook, which brings you in closer, moves 2, and range 2. So that's interesting. Why would they have hook then? Hook A, move a unit within 2 hexes, 1 hex toward this unit until adjacent. Triggers if it will result in an addition. Oh, so you could bring him in if it'll help my others attack. All right, so the good news is there's a lot of archers and tacticians here. That's good and bad news, right? Like, So who does Hamstrung go to? I'm going to see if I can game this system here. Enemy with the most basic attack dice. So yeah, I could probably game this to make sure that they're already adjacent. All right, so let's go ahead and do the enemy's turn. They bring in this one. They move to here, and they are done. So, do I have somebody who could do 3 damage? Not at range, no. So, do I bring in my reptilian? I think the answer is yes, actually. I bring in my reptilian, have him throw the trident at my reptilian, and then I can throw that later with the reptilian if I can keep them alive. That is the plan, at least for now. So, next turn, they're going to bring in their harpooner, which could attack again if they were in range, but they're not. They only move 1. They do have a range of 3, though, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Wow, have I missed additional range on any of my units? No, I have not. I am just not that skilled. All right, so they are going to move toward the closest. One of you move here. And then they are going to throw the spear at my harpooner. They do that, doing 3 damage, puts me down to 2. And that will be that. All right. Well, clearly I need to bring in an archer. The question is which one? I think I want the one with additional health. That's an attacker. This one's got 3 health instead of... Oh, I got rid of my other archer anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's my only choice. All right, archer, come in. And let's do your worst. So I got a green and a yellow. Let's hit with that. Boom, boom, boom. That's 1 hit. Down to 2. And let's double hit with my trident. Now, I could throw my trident. You know what? I am. I'm not going to take a chance. Oh, which means I didn't need to do that. That's fine. I can't gamble. Not on 2 blue dice. We're throwing it. Trident is here. Taken out. How much life did I have? I got hit by a trident, but then I should have regened. So I'm back up to 3. And we're going to call that good. Yeah, I made a mistake there. I definitely should have just thrown it and brought in somebody with more life. But that's okay. You know, we all make mistakes, and that is okay. All right, Cosmonaut, let's get it. That's right. I know you said that before, and I know I said it too, but I still feel it. I'm feeling it. Let's see. So they're going to bring in their next one, which is another harpoonsman. So they're going to come in at 2. They are range 3. 1, 2, 3. That's what I was looking up. They are going to mark the unequipped trident, and then the closest, then the weakest. So they're going to move toward the trident. When I say they, I mean the one of they that is alive. Then they, again being the one, takes the farthest and then the strongest. I'm going to have them attack my reptilian and say that is my strongest. So that's a green and a blue dice. Miss, 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 miss. Woohoo! Yes, sir! Alrighty. If you couldn't tell, it's a little bit happy there. Just a little bit. Alright. So, now it's time to get after him. Who do I bring in? I'm probably going to bring in my champion and another attacker. So, let's start with the attacker here. And then, let's remind myself, I could do tactics, but I don't have a tactician, so I can't hit them with tactics anyway. So I deploy, then I move, then I do abilities. So move there. This one's going to move 2, so I guess it doesn't matter much. I just need to get off of that space. I'm going to give myself some options here. So they're going to move there, then I regen. Boink. Thank you. Now we're going to do 2 yellow dice against you. Yeah, I'm not throwing the spear because then their lieutenant or whatever will just pick up the spear, and let's see what they would do. They mark unequipped or enemy held trident. Oh, so they just go after then closest, then weakest, then target enemy with the trident, closest, weakest. Yeah, they want to throw that trident. You know, if I defeat this one, maybe I do throw the trident, though, and defeat this one. How far does this guy move? Moves 2, range 2, Kraken Lance. We'll see what happens here. All right, I'm going to do the green and yellow. If I double hit this, maybe I do just give up the lance. Boom, boom! Oh! This is interesting. Cosmonaut, what do you think? I think I throw the lance and kill this last one. I think that's what I'm going to do. Boom. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Do, 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 do. All right, you know what? It wasn't going well. Things were going poorly. Not on this fight, but on some of the fights in the middle there. But it all worked out in the end. In the end, it doesn't even matter. All right, so let's bring in the last enemy. And he is going to hamstring because he's a tactician. Now remember, normally you have to have a unit adjacent to whoever they're going to target. But tacticians, one of their special powers is they can target anywhere. So let's see the enemy with the most basic attack. So that is this one. No, that is this one. Which is fine. Just fine. Can't move and attack in the same action. I am okay with that. Regen 2, I am not as okay with that. So they're going to move toward the lance, and then they're going to throw the lance. So, yeah, I guess it does. Or trident, lance. What am I talking about? All right, so I guess it doesn't matter. So, oh, no. Before I move, I do want to summon my champion. We got Sea Strider over here, who is going to do some striding in the sea. All right, so Reptilian's going to move up. No, you're on 4 life. So you can only either move or attack. We're going to have you move for this action. 3 life. You are going to move up just close enough to hit the Kraken over here. Actually, what's the point? Doesn't even matter. I'm not going to bother rolling because they have regen 2. It's a waste of everybody's time to see that, so I'm not going to do it. Got a lot of people to gang up on the Kraken Lance. That is right. If you hear me say Kraken, by the way, it's because I love Keyforge, and we do have videos on Keyforge fighting against the Kraken. It's super fun. Love that game. I like the solo mode a lot. Co-op's pretty good with it. I'm a little weary of 3 players, but it plays really well at 2. 3 players is a little bit much, but so that's why I keep saying Kraken. I know it's Key Lance. All right, so I'm not going to worry about him because he's going to regenerate anyway. So we're going to move him up, though. So he moves towards the lance and then trident throw, the furthest, followed by the strongest. So furthest, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so he's literally going to throw this into my champion, which I just summoned, and right in the face. And so normally, if we remember, trident throw deals 2 damage to the unit, but if it's Atlantis unit, strength of the sea deals +1 damage when using trident throw. And he does not have any special rules. Oh, you know what? He would have moved last turn, by the way. So he would have been on this base last turn, which would not have mattered at all. Because he couldn't have thrown it. He could just move because it's a tactician. So just a reminder, every unit based on their type gets special moves. Tacticians get both initiative. This unit can move the turn it's deployed, so it would have moved on to the thing last turn. Oh, I guess that would matter. It would move. Yes, so it would have been. So the move does matter. It's still going to throw the thing the way we said. But it is going to move, so it marks unequipped trident and then the closest. So if it was here, closest would have been any of these 3 would be the closest, and then it goes for, after the closest, the weakest. So that would have been either of these 2. So we'll have it move here. No, we'll have it move here, which does change things up. So we'll have it move here, because that does not change things up. Because then, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's still the furthest. If it was here, these two would have both been the same distance away, and it would have thrown it at the weakest in that situation, which would have killed this one and not hurt. Oh, no. Strongest. Never mind. So I'm going to have it move here. So furthest, they're both 2 away, but this one was the strongest at the time. So that's why I went after that. So this character does not need to move. Going to move my Sea Strider, though. 1, 2. This is not going to go well for him. I have a feeling. Reptilian will heal up. Not that it matters. This one will stay here. All right, so let's start with these bolas over here. Bolas Hunter. Boom, boom, boom. Get you down to 4. Wayo. All right. 2 blue. Let's do it from the Reptilian. It's your own buddy. He showed it too. Missing. So we get a black, blue, and a yellow. Black, a blue, and a yellow. By the way, this could be very, very bad here. I just realized. Oh, no, it can't, because I got a defender there. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's 2 hits. And guess what's about to happen? We're not taking any chances. We are throwing the trident right through the heart of the enemy and defeating them. So, Kraken Lance, you just got krakened by your own lance. What's up? All right, so that is it. Now you've seen 1 act. So, the end of the act. Let's remind ourselves what happens here. If no local units are available, substitute a random bag unit. By the way, how awesome is that they said that? And I totally just missed it. So, the end of the boss fight, though. That does not say that up here. I just read it. I think you just heal up till full. So I get up to 4 hit points, and I get a Bane. So let's shuffle up the Banes and see what we get. Gladiator art coming soon. Oh, that is another very, very bad Gladiator. I'm not sure what happens when those Gladiators come out. I will look that up for next time. I'll look that up for next time we do a stream, if we do this again. Fitting end. Good game, says Cosmonaut. Yes, thank you. And thank you for hanging in. I know it's been a little bit longer play. We've been doing a little bit more explaining. We've been doing a little bit more talking. But let me just give you some final impressions that I have about this game. I'm really enjoying it. Tonight's was a little bit longer. And the game's, I mean, let's be honest. 1 act is going to be a full night's worth of gaming most times. But I still think that combination of different maps, different order of the enemies coming in, the enemy bag getting worse and worse as the game goes on, right? Because you're adding a bunch of locals at the end of these acts too. And then going through missions in the second half, we're going to have all of these things to deal with, all these enemies to deal with. So I didn't lose any here, so that was a fatal event. So if I lost some people, that would have been bad. But I do like the fact that if you start losing people, it's okay. You can recruit by spectating, which doesn't even cost you a week. So by the way, we'd be at the beginning of Act 2. It doesn't even cost you a week for that. So no, I think it's good. I think it's real good. I have fun with it. I like how you're, improving your bag as you go along. I like how the enemy is improving their bag. By the way, Kraken Lance, you are dead. So not coming back from that blow. I like, getting tactics is important, but getting new units is important. So like every battle seems to matter, right? Whether it's these non-lethal ones or whether it's these lethal ones over here. You're always in danger of losing if your hero ever loses, or if you ever lose your hero, but you can always just forfeit a battle. You saw we had to do that several times. So even if the dice are going against you, you're not stuck, right? You're not just in the worst position ever. Your hero levels up as you go along. I like how that works. All in all, I'm really impressed with this. It kind of reminds me of a combination of Too Many Bones and Hoplomachus. I mean, we know Hoplomachus, obviously, but it's even a more streamlined Hoplomachus than what was in the base game itself. They've really cleaned some things up. I like what they've done to the tactics. I like how the changes have been done, because that hamstring was just annoying. It was awful if you ever got it on you. So I like that. I like the fact that they reused a lot of maps from Origins, but that's okay because they're not actually even selling Origins in the base game. So I like how this is kind of like the upgraded Origins. This is like the new solo campaign, and it's a campaign, right? Like, it's a solo game meant for solo gamers. Solo gamers don't mind the fact that, you know, it might take a couple hours to play. If I wasn't playing for the stream, I could have gotten up, walked away, gotten a drink of water, done whatever I wanted, come back when I had some time, and I can finish the campaign when I had some time. So definitely excited about this one. Hoplomachus, definitely my favorite Chip Theory game. I like what they've done with these at a lot. To change up just how every fight goes. I like the fact that you can see them ahead of time. They've given you many ways to mitigate, right? They've given you the fact that you can see these cards ahead of time. If you don't like it, you just put it underneath and you go on to the next card. You know, you can see who the enemies are going to be ahead of time. So maybe you decide to build in a certain way. I feel like they've taken the learnings they've had over the last couple of years and really done a good job of combining it into a good product here. So if you're a fan of Hoplomachus, it's a definite get. If you think you just want to play it solo, just this solo campaign is enough. You don't need the base game to do that. Certainly, I recommend the base game. I have it. You may regret not getting it if you don't get it, because it seems to be one that's typically sold out. But I really do enjoy having the base game, and I like the fact that they streamlined some rules and made it even simpler. And as you've seen, though, it's not a simple game, right? Like, it's not a game without tactics. You know, the tactics are determined by a lot of things here. So I really like that. So for me, I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to play more. I don't know. Maybe I'll stream some more. It's only a 10-day campaign, so it's kind of hard. There's no way I'm getting through all 3 acts and getting to fight the Primus. If you want to see a Primus fight, Mike does have one on our main channel, so One Stop Co-op Shop. This is One Stop Co-op Shop streamed, so we do have 2 channels. So go check out, I think he fought the Hydra in that one. So I think he just leveled himself up. I may or may not do that, but he's already done that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll play some more if people request it, but I do have a lot of other streams this week. But it won't be the last time I play it, for sure. I'm all in on this one. I'm super excited. I'm probably going to stick with my base Hoplomachus, I think. So if you listen, actually, we've had tons of Hoplomachus stuff lately. They were also on our podcast, One Stop Co-op Shop podcast, talking to Jason, and they said, while there's not going to be really an upgrade kit, you can use the new rules and your old stuff. So I don't think you need to get the new stuff unless you want the new art and things like that. So I do believe that you're okay just keeping your old stuff. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to upgrade to the new kit. But I mean, this expansion is definitely, what's it called? Victorum. It's a winner for me. So if you like Hoplomachus, I think you'll like it. If you like tactical combat games, I think you'll like it. Now, if you don't like Dice Luck, you might not like it, right? You saw, I just had some battles there that went against me. So, I mean, it's not going to be a game for everybody. But if you like quick tactical games, I mean, you saw every battle is tactical. Like I said, that part reminds me of Too Many Bones. I think, you know, this reminds, well, not the green part, but these remind me of Too Many Bones battles, except for me, I think they're more tactical, and I just like this combat system better. I know not everybody does, and I know a lot of people like it. Too Many Bones better. Look, it's a matter of personal preference. I think this one's simpler to get to the table, simpler for me to play, simpler for me to remember the rules. So for me, this is where I lean. Plus, I like having multiple units and not being controlled by myself. So for solo play, I'm going to go here. For 2 players, I'd probably go Too Many Bones. But you know what? Well, for 2 players, I might play Hoplomachus competitive. Or there was some co-op stuff in the base game, I think, as well. So there's even co-op content out there for that as well. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe Mike and I'll play a co-op Hoplomachus game before this campaign's over, just so you can see what that's like. Although we don't have the new rules for the new remastered 1-box set. I don't think, anyway. I'll talk to Mike about it. Maybe we run a co-op Hoplomachus this week. But anyway, let's see. Johnny McNabb. Can't believe I watched the whole thing. Great job. Johnny, I can't believe you watched the whole thing too, man. Thank you for hanging with us. It was a long one tonight, but it was fun. and I mean, I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If I'm in Act 3 and die, I might have to house rule it so I'm not dead. You know what? It's a co-op game, right? Or it's a solo game. I always say you're not cheating if you fudge some stuff in solo, right? Like, sometimes bad luck's going to happen, especially since, look, any other fight you can get out of beside the boss fight, if you die in the boss fight, just start that boss fight over again. I agree with you. I might house roll it myself. Yeah, it would suck to get all the way to the end and not beat it, but I don't know. Sometimes you get more satisfaction out of that as well. So A Cosmonaut says, I'm all for taking a mulligan in solo play. Shout out to Jeremy Howard for that. Yeah, absolutely. No, Jeremy's one of our friends too. If you've listened to the podcast, you know that. If you've followed us, the YouTube channel, I don't know that he's been on anything. I actually played Bullet with him the other night, but we didn't record it for the stream channel. But he and I played Bullet the other night. We're going to have him on for something. Actually, we're doing Kingdom Death Monster Play. He'll definitely be in for that. It's one of his favorite games. So we'll probably bring Jeremy over for that. Huge fan of the, friend of the podcast, friend of the show. He's definitely been on our shows before. So A Cosmonaut, the tactical combat here seems richer than Too Many Bones, which I like. I like the abilities and skill tree in Too Many Bones more, obviously. Yes and no. I mean, for me, obviously, yes. The funny thing is you say you like it better. I think it's more rich in Too Many Bones, but I don't know that I wouldn't like this better because I am someone who likes simple things. Too Many Bones is definitely richer, much more choices, but I like simple choices when it comes to leveling. I want to get back to the tactical combat. So I agree with you. I like the tactical combat here a lot. And there's lots of spaces. There's lots of things. You got Capture the Flag. You've got King of the Hill. And it's different on every map, right? Like on this one, you have to hold the trident. On the first map, though, you had to be in these two middle spaces. On this other map, something else happens, right? And, there's stuff that happens with obstacles in this one, it looks like. So, like, every single map has something different. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different maps in the game. Right? So you have all kinds of variety, some of which you'll recognize. This one is definitely from Origins. I don't remember this one, but maybe. I think this one might have been. So, right, you got different options, different things, and not only is the map different, that one's cool, but you have different rules for them as well, which, for me, that's amazing. That's interesting. So Amazons, they have these moving walls that run into your guys and push them around. But Parthians, it's fun. Well, anyway. All right. So let's see. Tactical combat. Yep, we already read that. So A Cosmonaut, last comment for the night. Thanks for the playthrough and the thoughts. Yes. Well, thank you all for sticking with us. Obviously you make the choice for yourself, but hopefully this helped you make your choice. If not, go see Mike's video. It's probably way shorter than this one, but you don't get the live banter, so I always like that. That's why we do the stream channel separate. You get longer playthroughs here, but definitely more cooperative. You're going to see more of us here at a time. So Mike's with us every Saturday night for Gloomhaven. I'm with Terrence every Friday for Marvel Champions. Whereas the main channel, you're going to get a lot of solo playthroughs, which is fine. This is a solo game, so ironically, this is a solo playthrough, but theirs is much more edited. Ours is much more free form. We love talking to the chat the whole time. That's what really does it for us. So we appreciate you all hanging out tonight. If you have any more questions, ask in the comments. If you noticed any errors, let us know in the comments. I'll put it in Klingon subtitles. That way we get it all fixed. But but thanks for everybody for joining us, and we will see you very, very soon. Check out the rest of our content, subscribe, and we're looking forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.